And welcome back to the Goliath here at APT Adelaide at Crowne Plaza, Mawson Lakes. Joined in the booth by Damiano. Welcome.
How are you, Graham? It's always good to see you, and yeah, nice to be part of the action and potentially watch some great poker for the next hour and a half.
All right, getting into it. Just trying to see what's happening here. You've got Ross opening from the small blind with ace-7 off.
You've got a pretty good table as well, and the YouTube live stream's open as well. So for those that want to transition over to there, you're more than welcome to for your late night viewing. And we're off to a flop here of Queen of Spades, 2 of Diamonds and the 5 of Hearts here, as Huss does defend a big blind here with King 5 off. First hand of the action after the break there, won by Huss. Unfortunately, we did just lose comms there for a second, but we are back. And how did you make the first session of play there, Graham?
Yeah, it was pretty good. We took a while to get started. People were wanting to just wait a little bit before jumping in, see the field, but now we're up and running. I'm going to predict that the field's going to get massive. We're going to smash this prize pool, 75k.
Yeah, I would agree with the field size definitely growing. The common consensus in the room is a lot of day 2 rego, 30 bigs, or max late rego, which is my plan personally, with 16 bigs. So plenty of play there of the 16 big blind stack, and especially at this 2.5k price point, pretty close to the money in ICM and all those wonderful things. So I think we're going to see this field swell throughout tonight, and especially on day 2.
Yeah, ICM's not something I ever have to worry about.
Yeah.
I'm always out too early in the tournament to even worry about ICM. I don't even know what it stands for.
Look, sometimes I wizard myself into thinking too much about the wonderful life of ICM. They say it's for poor people. So I don't know where that puts me. But yeah, anyhow, we do have Stephen Chewy here opening in the cutoff with the 10-8 of Diamonds and Ross on the button, finding the free bet here with Queen 9 off. We'll expect Chewy here to probably call. And we are going to be heads up here to the flop, which could find some fireworks on some different textures. But interesting to see how Ross navigates here in position. Saw a diamond in the window. Yeah, it could get a little bit spicy here, as we do have the 9-9-10 flop. And Ross here with trips, with Stephen Chewy making top pair.
Yeah, we didn't see how he navigates this turn card, Stephen.
Yeah, like we're definitely seeing a turn here, so it'd be interesting to see what size Ross goes as well. 20k in the pot, be interesting to see if he uses the small size here, or he might go bet B40, but we'll have a look.
Is Ross meant to have many 9s here, 3 betting pre?
He has some, but, you know, the board kind of blocks it, right? So you don't put your opponent too much on too much 9x, but he does have some 9x here.
So being Stephen, what are you worried about here? Obviously an overpair.
Yeah.
Not really worried about the 9 too much.
You don't discount it, but yeah, again, here with top pair, backdoor flush draw, backdoor gutties, you're probably going to be perfectly happy here and just calling and seeing a turn, which is what he does. And you're probably not worried about too much here and thinking in your head we're probably calling free streets at the moment, depending. Also depends on what Ross does with sizing and stuff here too. But yeah, I expect Chewy to probably put some more chips in this pot and Ross to have virtually a lock on this hand.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what sizing Ross does go for.
Yeah, 33.4k in the pot. It's interesting to see if he sizes up here to create a spot where he can put a lot of chips in on the river.
They are fairly deep though.
They are indeed. Ross does choose about what was 36 in the 33 in there, going 21.5. So it does go with a slightly larger sizing. As you can see, Chewy did have the 10 of clubs already folded as well, so he's only drawing to the 1 out. Obviously, Ross does not know this, and nor does the table. But in Chewy's head, he knows that Ross is going to have some continues here. He could have Jack 8 suited. He can have Queen Jack. He can have Ace X. So we're definitely going to get a call from Chewy here, I would imagine.
With this sizing as well, also leaves a SPR of 1 going into the river as well.
Yeah, hence why Ross went with that larger sizing to set up the jam on the river. And I would imagine if Chewy does call, which he does, we're probably, if we get a low river, like a 5 or a 4 or something, we're probably going to see check jam and maybe a call, but we'll wait and see. Queen of clubs does feel Ross up on the river, so if he was worried about another 9, which he shouldn't be here, yeah, we're going to see Ross jam here. It'd be interesting to see how Chewy goes on this river. Definitely could see some heroes, and Ross is capable, and his image might come into play here.
Do you think jam, or do you reckon go small? Try and induce.
I've always been a fan of bet your value for big, so I would jam. But Ross is definitely a better player out of me that's commentating and him that's definitely talking. He does offer some coaching for those that are wondering out there, and has a very lag style. And being a lag player, he'll probably look to go for all of it here. And there it is.
Does go for all of it.
Think Chewy is not going to be thrilled, but Chewy also knows he's up against a player that is quite capable and is probably more worried about the queen on the river being ace queen that Ross could have barreled, or queen jack.
Like an ace queen of hearts type hand with the equity of the flush draw?
Yeah, correct. Something like that. Even ace queen O, or any of Ross's queen X king queen that has now got there. Queen jack, which was quite an obvious semi-bluff on the flop and turn. But I think if I'm Stephen Chewy, he also knows that Ross would probably take this line with ace jack. He's taking this, you know, don't know. It'll be interesting to see what Chewy does come to here.
But there was the 3-bet pre as well.
Correct, which, again, Ross still can have, you know, queens here for value. Queen 9, obviously, as we see. Could have some king jack suited, like king jack of spades or king jack of diamonds. So I think Chewy's not going to be thrilled here. I wouldn't be surprised if he calls, but it'll be interesting to see what he does do. Unfortunately, we can't hear the table ourselves here, Graham, but I would imagine Ross is probably speaking
100%.
to Chewy right now. It would be very interesting to listen to that. I would imagine the stream can hear that, though, so we might give this a second here for Chewy to have a think, and if there is some table talk, you guys can listen. Chewy does find a very good fold here on the river. I do expect, if that was not a card higher than a jack, and probably not an offsuit 8, we're probably seeing Chewy call here, so. As you can see, your V-pip, Ross is naturally quite aggressive. There's also a short sample size of hands, but we'll say no surprise to see Stephen Greeley there at the top of the list. Should be some fireworks with Greeley at the table, and I would imagine that we should see some action here throughout the rest of the night. If you are in the chat, say g'day. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if our volumes are pretty good as well. Would appreciate the feedback. And if you are watching on Facebook or you are watching on YouTube, do drop a comment and let me and Graham know how we are doing and who is your pick to win this tournament. That's probably the first question I have for the night.
Yeah, I know you're hoping you are, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, correct. I would like to hope that I spin. I did the same thing in the grind, spun to an FT.
Still looking for that win, APT win?
It will come eventually.
It will.
It will. I had a pretty good shot in the PLO, but yeah. As you can see here, Luca opening here from UTG with pocket 5s, and we see Ross here with the 7s.
Just the flat.
Probably finding flat, and he does. This would be good to see. Here we go. Here's the Greeley that I know. 8 deuce suited in the small blind. He is not scared, and with the price that Jackson's getting, no folding here, a suited 10, so... Off to a multi-way flop.
We've got a king of spades, 3 of spades, a jack of clubs. Everybody misses.
And we're very quickly off to a turn, which is a deuce. And knowing Greeley like I do, he'll lead here once he hits. And there he goes.
5,000, straight in the middle.
We're in for some fireworks, boys. It's going to be good.
Jackson with a snap fold. Luca folding.
Now...
Does Ross sniff it out?
No, Ross has had enough of Greeley probably to know that he might need a call here on the turn to see what's going on. But yeah, interesting. Greeley will put you in these spots, and that's not me being a detriment to Greeley. He's definitely got his own styles. He takes this one down with the good old 8 deuce. Pretty bad flop for everybody else. He has his own style. I believe, like everyone's golf swing has their own golf swing. Everyone has their own style at the table, and Greeley's is definitely one that likes to fight. And for a lot of pots with a large, wide range of hands, which is great for the viewing, I would say.
100%. I've never played with Stephen, so I'm actually not sure how he plays. I'm interested to see what happens here from what you've told me. So, very, very interested.
Yeah, look, I've played a lot with Stephen, and to be fair to Stephen, if he watches this back, which I know he does sometimes film his hands as well in game, which is pretty cool. He has definitely put me in some spots. He uses some funky sizings. He doesn't mind overbet jamming. And he has a lot of like block sizes when he hits bottom pair, as you see, to try and 2-pair up. And he's a very interesting cat, is Stephen, and it's a joy to have him here at a featured table where we can bask in. I wouldn't say the greatness because I don't want to be detrimental to him, whatever, but bask in the glory that is Stephen Greeley and what he does bring to the game.
All right, Ross opening to 2.4.
With the Jack 10 suited, we've seen a call from Greeley and Huss here, and Luca completing out the big line with the King 5-0.
All right, King, Queen, Jack, 2 diamonds.
Interesting flop here.
Ross with bottom pair up and down.
Huss with top pair up and down.
And Luca top pair no kicker.
Yep. And as you can see, Greeley with a pair will hang around. And does find the call here.
Huss does have the backdoor flush draw as well.
He does indeed. So does Greeley. It'll be interesting to see what happens if a diamond did roll off on the turn. And we're still going to be 4 ways here to the turn, as everyone has a sort of piece. Oof, what a card on the turn. If you're Ross, the boss, sometimes you just run well.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. Card that we'll see a couple of players still stay around, I reckon, as well. I think Huss will definitely call one. And if you're Luca, after calling flop multiple ways, you're probably calling turn now. But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
What sizing has he gone here, Ross? 11.5 into 27,000. Just over third pot.
Yep, correct. Going around that B40, just below, I think. Huss makes a very disciplined fold. Great
Nice
sniff.
fold.
And Luke is going to make what I think is probably a standard call once you call flop. I guess he could have made six of hearts on the river. And great fold from Huss considering. Probably just knew where he was. Still with a pair and open ender. Probably could have called, but
Definitely could have called.
makes a great fold here. Always a great fold when it doesn't come on the river as well.
We're going to stay in that 20 to 30 range, you reckon, here by Ross? Or do you reckon a little bit bigger? Smaller? Try and get a little value from a king?
Checks back.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. I think
Suppose you're only really getting called by a better Jack, aren't you? Maybe the King Queen.
yeah, I still think there's value to be had on the river, but Ross is the boss and he knows his stuff, so probably had reasons for checking. Could be Luca's image as well. He's very capable of a player, Luca, but obviously here in South Australia we don't play as much with him as probably the rest of the APT and Australia Poker player pool does. I hold Luca in quite a high regard, so
Plays a lot of poker, Luca.
yeah, he does.
Down in Melbourne.
Yep, and knows his way around a few streets, and I think maybe sometimes the image of an elderly gentleman is more on the tighter side, where I think Luke is quite capable of, having quite a wide range of hands in certain spots. And with that being said, I think Ross may have missed a street of value there if he found a smaller size, but Anyhow, we're off to the next hand here with Jackson Warren. Nice to see him in South Australia, of course. Jackson here for the flipper tomorrow. 23k guaranteed prize pool.
It is. Good price point as well.
Yeah, it is. Not too bad of a price point.
Yeah, $450 entry, 23k guaranteed, starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
It is indeed. My plan is if the Goliath does go wrong to max late rego that. If I wasn't staying here at Crowne and I was still back at home and making the commute, I was planning on bringing my pads, my bat and my helmet and coming to play that tournament in my career year and my career tragic.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, now that I'm staying here, no one has to see that. But any excuse to get the gear on these days.
Still play?
Not anymore. I still get the messages from the boys to come out and have a play. And to go play C grade there at St Ignatius College. Not that I went there, but know a few boys that play up there.
Jackson does C-bet and take that down on an ace-high flop.
Yep, pretty nice board there for Jackson. Favours the buttons range, and Chewy will make a quick fold. So you can see your ship sacks there. Still quite deep here. Even Greeley's below start stack here and still has 73 bigs. So lots of play left to go here tonight.
Such a good structured tournament. So deep to start. Even max late measuring 16 bigs. You can still easily spin that up.
Definitely would agree.
Were you a batsman or a bowler?
I was an opening batsman. Now, if you ask me what I was as a junior, I was actually a leg spinner. Did work with the great Terry Jenner, who obviously was Shane Warne's mentor, which is quite nice. And then got cut from a state side when I was 14 because I couldn't really bat. And I spent 6 months working on my batting, forgot how to bowl, and became an opening batsman from there. As we have Greeley opening in the ace-5-0 and Jackson Warren here finding pocket nines.
Does 3-bet to 10,000 by the looks of it.
Definitely does, and against the player type that is Stephen Greeley, definitely a great free bet candidate here. I think we had a flush of a jack, but I don't think either player saw that, so that's fine. Knowing Greeley like I do, he will probably find a call. And there it is. Hey, Damon, what's the elderly tag? I don't know. It's a standard type of player that...
The OMC?
Yeah, old man coffee, etc. Even though I don't believe that you are either, Mr. Linz.
Jackson does flop middle set here as well.
Yeah, unluckily for Jackson, Greeley does not have any part of this board. In saying that, has not stopped Greeley in the past. So it will be interesting to see how it goes. We see Jake Connolly join the table, I do believe. He does make a fold there, Stephen Greeley. Jake Connolly, WA. WA WEG that's come down here to SA. Good to see someone from the WA community come on down. Obviously, some great players out of WA, and a little bit unfortunate with their regulations over there at the moment. Not as great for tournament poker, but nice to see, just to see Connolly make his way down there, Jake. So, very nice. Stephen Green says he can't cast from Facebook. If you're still watching, Stephen, it is now open on the YouTube, and as someone that is staying here at Crowne and is using casting, you can cast from YouTube to the TVs here at Crowne. So if you are here, more than welcome to do that. Or wherever you are, you should be able to cast from the YouTube.
Yeah, it is 100,000 stack. It's a fresh stack. Cool. Yep. What's your name, sir? Jake. Jake. Surname?
A little bit of table talk going on there between Jake and Nelson. Nelson, obviously one of our local dealers here in South Australia, actually doing some TD work at the match room. So shout out to Nelson, does a very good job. And one of our premium dealers here in South Australia. So nice to see him on the mic as well.
Oh, that's good. I have dealt with him before as well. I've seen him around dealing different events. So yeah, he's definitely one of the better dealers.
Yeah, definitely knows what he's doing and can be a wily poker player as well. So good on him. Shout out there to you, Nelson, as well. As we have got a flop here of 10-7-6. We are multi-ways with Ross with the 7-5 suited, Huss with the 6-5, and Stephen Greeley with the ace-6. Everyone has a little bit of piece of this one. And I expect there to be some chips lying here.
Really is going with the bet as well.
Yes, Huss with a C-bet, or a lead out the big blind, sorry. And Greeley with a raise in the UTG.
Does get the better hand by Ross to fold.
He does indeed. Deuce of diamonds on the turn. Huss checks it over. And Greeley here comes again with another size here. I think he went 4.6 with the re-raise over Huss, and now I think he's gone just over 5 by the looks of it. I haven't seen the size come up. 6.5, there we
Yep,
go.
nice.
Must have missed the 1K chip, but there we go. If you're Huss here, I'm unsure what you do. Against a player type like Greeley, you're probably going to make some slightly lighter calls because Greeley is capable. And the river's a jack. Huss has checked, I do believe, or he's thinking about it. Goes check, and Greeley will show the ace-6, and it will be good here against Huss, who does roll over 6-5.
One thing to note there as well, really did have the ace of heart blocker.
Yep.
So if Huss is floating with a flush draw, it's never the nut flush draw.
Yeah, correct. Don't know if Huss leads river there, if Greeley finds a raise, but yeah, it's a relevant card. Greeley there chipping up a little bit, getting back towards that start stack, and I think for the sake of the stream, kind of want to see him accumulate some chips because we're in for some funky times, and I'm here for all the funky times.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait.
It's good for the viewing.
Yes, wildcard poker, that is. Damo in the booth with me.
Yes, good old wildcard poker. Shout out. Does talk to me about some hands over on Instagram, so good to see you. And hopefully you're enjoying your night, and we're in for a pretty good grind. I am here for most of it. I am going to max late rego the main event in 1 hour and 8 minutes, but yeah, should be right.
How have you found APT here in Adelaide so far this week, Damo?
Yeah, beautiful. So obviously they came a couple of years ago, and that was at the Intercontinental, and it wasn't bad there, but much better here at the Crowne, here at Mawson Lakes. Great venue, well run. The TDs have obviously been excellent. Dealers have been excellent. Definitely one of the most premier series that we get here in South Australia. So amazing for APT to come back down and give us this opportunity, and hopefully everyone's enjoyed their time and come back again instead of another year gap and then it back again. Hopefully it's just back again next year.
And we have partnered with everybody here in South Australia as well. We've partnered with Matchroom, we've partnered with Stacked, SPT, Gambia Poker.
Yep, all of them.
All of them.
All been on the schedule at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, there's been a few different tournaments after a few different names, which is pretty cool. And then
Tomorrow we've got 7:30 p.m. We've got the big freeze, the Gambia Poker big freeze, $250 entry freeze out. Dale Fox down in Gambia.
Yep.
Runs a good series.
He does indeed. I went up there for the recent one, not the long weekend, but their Gambia Poker Series. I went up there with Ross, the boss, and a couple others for representing Matchroom as a team. And great dynamic. Very well run by the Fox and Yol and all the boys up there, and great series. Highly recommend Gambia if you're someone that doesn't mind a little bit of travel, a great vibe, etc. The Gambia series is usually pretty good. But yeah, nice to have them part of the series and all the rest as well. It's nice to have that continuity around SA Poker at the moment.
Yeah, I've been to Gambia a couple of times now for their series. The Johnny Walker Classic they do.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. The events, like they've got so many different events. They've got their high roller, they've got their main event. They run their teams event, which is good as well. But it's just such a good weekend. You got there's 5 days I think they go for now.
Yeah,
Wednesday
correct.
to Sunday.
Yeah, correct. I was up there from Thursday to Sunday last time, and yeah, it is what it is. Here we go. We got Ricky in the chat here paying out wins, and about my comment about elderly. I mean it in the nicest way possible, when it's something that you can lean into as probably an older gentleman, old man coffee, and then just go full, let's go after everyone, bit of blood.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously, surely everyone knows that Luca's not that type of player.
No.
But I'm guessing with Ross's check back, I would imagine Ross has played with Luca quite a fair bit because he travels around. So
Luca is the man of the people as well down in Melbourne.
oh, love him.
During Aussie Millions, he got the satellites put up for the 10-seat guarantees. He was talking to management at Crowne and got them to change everything better for the players.
Yeah, man of the people, one of the great people in the Australian poker community, and nice to see him down here in SA because I don't know if he's really played here in SA. And I'd say maybe the last APT if he came down by memory.
We do have a 3-bet by Luca here as well. We've got Jackson opening at 2.5, and then 3-betting to 6.5 is Luca with Ace Queen O.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Jackson here decides to pill a raise here with the pocket freeze. We are so deep, so freeze can be an open here sometimes. Sometimes his lower pairs can be just let go from UTG as well. So it'd be interesting to see. I think Greeley's made a call here with the 10-7 suited out of the small blind.
Would you prefer to see a 4-bet there in the small blind rather than a call? Either 4-bet or fold?
Yes, if we're going to play 10-7 suited, sure. I'm very interested to see how this transpires now. Greeley doing Greeley things, I love to see it. And
You think this hand's just over now, though?
I would imagine it is, unless Luca decides with this very sneaky check, which he shouldn't do. He should always probably see bet this board texture, and I think we're just going to get fold. But yeah.
Does go very small, 4 into 21, and Greeley is coming along.
Strap on in, boys.
Didn't even think about it. Just put the chips in the middle.
He loves to fight for a pot, does Greeley. He is great viewing.
What do you want to see, a queen or a king of clubs?
Yeah, something like that, and he will keep him around for a very, very long time.
Jackson does fold.
Yeah, good fold from Jackson. We do get the Queen of Hearts. Not quite the action card, but
Does pick up equity.
he does indeed.
But it does give Luke a 2-pair as well.
Luke obviously going to value this. I think if you Greeley defend 10-7 suited here and you pick up a gutty, you're probably calling, right?
Size dependent, 7,000. Yeah, I just let's
Gets
go.
rid of it. Okay, so he's clearly just peeling just to see a club on the turn so he could fire off. Yeah. Anyhow, fighting his way is Greeley. It's good to see. And, it's great for the viewing. But Luca taking a nice size pot there.
Wildcard Poker does say, shout out to Warney. Called my turn jam when I had him dominated in the Players Champs in Brisbane, only to spike a diamond on the river. I'll never let it go.
Yeah. Look, good for the poker community if Jackson Warren's running deep in tournaments, so probably a good one for the poker community there. Not from a playing perspective, just the name associated with Australian poker. It was like Josh Giddy at Aussie Millions.
Yep.
Just rocks up and goes, yeah, I play a ton of poker. I'm going to come play Aussie Millions, right? So, yeah, nice. And hopefully we get a few more of these big names out to some APT events.
And it'd be really good to see a few of these big names come down.
Definitely. As Hull City was opening the 3.5 here, Greeley with the ace-8 off. Considering we've just seen the 10-7 suited from the small blind, I do imagine he's going to call here, and he has off the button with the ace-8. And Jackson completed the action here with queen 10-0.
I'd really like to see Greeley's VPIP here as well, just to see what it's at.
It was up at 50%, but I don't know how many hand samples that's been. Greeley won't be folding here, obviously. I would imagine Greeley lifetime's probably paying past 60% VPIP, which is great for the game. And it's good to have people that play different ways instead of having the traditional GTO, everyone playing 20% VPIP and etc.
Just for the viewers at home, what's VPIP stand for, Damo?
Good question, mate. VPIP, it's your amount of pots that you win pre-flop. I don't know the actual acronym for VPIP. I just know that's the percentage of hands that you're playing pre, and PFR's your,
Pre-flop raise percentage?
Correct.
Yeah, VPIP, voluntary put chips in pot.
Yeah, Greeley's is past 60% here. Huss here with a bet, and Greeley's just decided to raise here with the ace, and
What does it show? He shows the ace or the 8?
I don't know what he showed, but whatever it was a good card to show. Yeah, that's it, Simmer. Let's go Stephen Greeley. I'm on the train.
Simo winning the grind early in the week.
He did indeed. It was great to be in the man's greatness, and this final table was on my right, and it was good to see.
5-1 chip deficit as well.
I was about to say, shout out to Igor, and he did a nice post on Instagram, Igor, about heads-up variance in live poker, because he has lost a heads-up from 25-1, where he's ahead. Basically had the guy virtually all in an APL event a couple years ago in the Centurion, and the guy came back from 25-1 to beat him. And again, 5-1. It can be quite variant swingy and in heads-up live poker. It can be no matter what, even online. But shout out to Simi. He played a great final table. Took all his spots, navigated well. It was nice to sit there and play alongside him for the time that I was at that FT2. So yeah, Simmer finally breaks through that bigger score that he's been looking for. Is well known around the trap here in Adelaide. We call him the professional because he comes out, he grinds all these mid to low buy-ins and does fairly well, and great guy too, Simmer. So if you do see him around, say good day, say congratulations for a good result, and here we are with Huss opening the A6 and Jackson won out the small blind calling King Queen.
I actually did have to apologise to Simmy the other night. I took his winner's photo, took his rail photo with everyone celebrating with him, only to realise 10 minutes later I didn't put an SD card in the camera.
Oh, nice. Had to go take them all again.
Had to take them all again.
That gives me nightmares from the first night that we tried to film content, mate. Fun flop, this one. Jackson Warren here with top pair and a gut shot out the small blind. Huss here has got backdoor hearts, and Luke has got a gut shot and backdoor spades.
I think the graphics might be wrong. Greeley's not in this hand.
I know, it's a bit interesting. Must have had not much. That's a fun turn. That was a 4-side, I know. We'll find
Looks
out.
like a 10.
Could be another 10. Not.
Also, I do tip.
It's either 3 or 3 across or 4 across. Can't see, unfortunately. We'll find out what the turn is there. But doesn't look like it's a spade. A spade would have been a thing. And now we're going to go to a river, so probably wasn't a spade.
Graphics just trying to catch up a little bit.
Yeah. I would imagine that Jackson Warren, by the look of this run out, is ahead. Yeah, it was another 10. It was a 10 of diamonds, not the 10 of spades, which would have been interesting. And we've seen a 7 on the river. The graphics are just catching up, guys. It went check, check, check on the flop. 7 of diamonds there on the river. I would imagine this is just going to go to showdown and Jackson Warren's going to win here out the small one. No, he actually goes for value. Very well done. And he shouldn't get... No. I don't think Huss will call because he's got the ace of hearts. I think you'd prefer the ace of hearts not to be in your hand here, just so you unblock some of those bluffs that there might be here. But I will say that the ace of hearts is something that might have been free bet out the small blind at a large percentage too. So it does make a good disciplined fold. Jackson Warren chipping up here, getting towards that double start stack there of 179,300. Your chip stacks are on the table. Ross is your chip leader at 152 big blinds. And yeah, be very interesting to see as the blind levels go up here shortly.
I had a good chat with Ross the other night, actually. And he said he's studied a lot of player tendencies and facial expressions and tells.
He has, and it's quite scary sitting next to him because we talk a lot, right? Ross talks a lot with a lot of people, if people haven't realised. I don't know if you get that vibe that Ross likes to talk, but we talk a lot outside of this. You know, we sometimes spread each other's online sessions if we're deep in something, like on a Sunday morning or Monday morning, etc. And yeah, I just get the feel that Ross already knows what's going on inside of my head before it happens, and he makes some great laydowns on the base of that. And I just go, yeah, Ross is one of those guys I personally don't like playing against in the greatest respect. But yeah, he's very good at what he does. There's a reason why he has a lot of results. There's a reason why he knows what GTO is, and then he goes so past into the exploitation world, which is quite cool. Someone that's casually learning a lot more GTO, I find it very hard to go back to that exploitation sort of style.
Yeah, we played a hand the other night, Ross and I, in a timed tournament where I limped in early-ish position. There might have been +1 or +2, and it was a king-queen 2 flop, and I checked it over to him. He bet. I just clicked it back, and he goes, you got pocket 2s, and just folds top pair. And
he just knows. And, you know, when you get to that level of competency where you're like, I know what the baseline is for GTO. I know the game style I want to play, which for Ross is very lag, and, you know, I want to put pressure on, and I want to, you know, do a lot of things. And then just to know when you're, like, absolutely beat.
Look at Greeley on his turn card.
Greeley has picked up the nut flush draw. Ross has picked up middle pair. We're going to come back to the action here. I would imagine Chewy's folding. I did go raise pre with a call from Greeley and Stewie defending the big blind. I don't think Greeley's folding here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a raise here from Greeley, from what we've seen already, putting that pressure on Ross.
Correct. And I think Ross may pick up something here and still find a call. We'll go to the river.
Thanks, brah. And YouTube says, love your work, Damo.
Good to see you, mate. How's things? Should be down here playing the series. But good to see you, and hopefully things are well.
Really does just flat.
Here we go. Fun river.
Ooh,
it's an ace. Okay, I expect it to go check, but knowing Greeley, you might just see an ace here and just fire.
Go for thin.
Yeah, he's going for it. Look at him. He's a man of the people, is Greeley. There he goes.
Looks like 10 or 15. I can't see how many chips are there.
Might have been 12.
12.
Yeah.
It's 12.
And this is where Ross is really good at figuring it out. I don't know if he figures this one out, but yeah, we'll find out.
We were just talking up his reading ability and how he deciphers hands in real time. It will be interesting to see what he does here.
This is where Ross is at his scariest, when he's quiet. And now that he starts talking, I'm going to let these guys listen. Probably means he's only calling or folding. And he'll search for that bit of information.
Unless you call, then you'll find out. Otherwise, look for the live stream in 20 minutes. What? Really? We could leave the room and watch it. They should have it up on the wall, like stacked.
Ross deep in the tank. Let these guys listen to some audio there. I think it might be coming through a little bit soft, but do let us know if you're able to listen to Ross the Boss here as he starts chewing on the chain and really giving this one a think.
The longer he thinks about this decision, is he more lean towards a call or a fold, do you
I
think?
think he's leaning towards Cole. I know he's picking up chips here and not trying to influence what I just seen. I think the longer Ross goes into the tank, the more he can't decipher it, and the more you probably just lean cool here because it's the player type you're playing. Greeley could have 7 deuce, right? But
He
yeah,
does call.
yeah, get Greeley. This is the beautiful thing about Greeley's image is that when you do get there, you do get paid. Would have been interesting to see what happens on a heart river if Ross finds a fold. Probably an easy one, but yeah, it is what it is. Greeley finding some chips and getting back towards that start stack.
The heart would have been back door though, and the front door club door would have missed.
Yep.
Is it more likely he finds the call
I don't know.
with the clubs missing?
Maybe, but he also knows that Greeley could probably have some suited hearts that called flop to hit these backdoor. Ross and Greeley's played a lot of hands together, so I don't know. But yeah, Ross unfortunately wasn't able to figure that one out. But for the goodness of the stream, ladies and gentlemen, Greeley is above start stack, so prepare to strap on in, which is really, really good. Really enjoying the stream. Good work to the team getting it up. Good to watch the live stream. Thank you, Simmer. Glad to bring it to you. And I would imagine live streaming is continuing for day 2 tomorrow.
It will be. I've got to confirm what time we are starting the live stream. But
Yeah.
there will be a stream pretty sure every day through to the end of the series, including the main event.
Yeah, I would imagine the mid-stakes probably gets on there too at some point. With the final table with the mid-stakes, great tournament, of course. Just bagged that, which was nice, finally.
You got a big bag, I hope.
No. I only got 38k, which is good for 12 bigs, but that is my comfort zone. I often say that because I'm max leverage every tournament online, so 12 bigs is plenty and enough to spin. As we see Ross and Jackson Warren off to a flop here of King 6 Deuce Rainbow.
Jackson does open pre to 2.5 and Ross calling from the big blind.
Pretty standard, I think, and I think Ross is going to make probably a fold here. Ooh, actually
Floats.
calls with the black door and some floats. Be interesting to see what happens. This is where Ross also just knows what to do, and he picks up equity on the turn.
Always a sweat.
Always a sweat. It went check, check very quick. And it goes check, check very quick on the river here. And Ross will fold.
There is a mid-stakes flight tomorrow as well.
There is true. I think it's at 4:30 p.m. So
is.
if you are someone that is playing the Goliath and day 2 doesn't go well and you haven't batted the mid-stakes, pretty good time as well. Doesn't finish too late. Like I finished 10:30-ish, I would say. So better than playing to the 1:15 to a.m.s in the morning, which sometimes it can go to. But yeah, nice to be done and dusted by just after 10.
$75,000 guaranteed for a $300 entry fee.
And I think they're going to smash it here as Jackson picks up the pocket 8s here from Pine Jack. And he will open it up. But yeah, I think it's going to smash the 75 on the numbers by the looks of it too, which is really good.
And if you have bagged in that and you're not happy with your bag, you are able to fire again and just sacrifice your lowest bag if you multiple bag.
Very true. I think with my specific bag, I will take it to day 2. I think 12 bigs is plenty. But yeah, if you're someone that's less than 5 bigs, you're more than welcome to fire another bullet and off you go with the insurance that at least you through to day 2. I don't think day 2 is paid. I think they'll still pay a percentage, so I still think you'll be
Yes.
just outside the money on day 2, but would be fairly close to the money, I would say.
We do see Ross 3-betting from the small blind, King 9 suited against Jackson's open.
Much prefer the free bet here than a flat air out the small blind. Yeah,
I
Ross,
personally prefer 3-betting from the small blind if you're playing a hand.
correct. I was about to say, I think Ross basically employs a free bet or fold strategy from small blind, which a lot of good regs do. There is some flats in theory, but knowing Ross, he knows theory and then throws it out the window and goes, I'll do my thing. And I think this is a great free bet from Ryan and pretty standard and out of position check, which is also very solver approved. So Ross knows that baseline. Finds out of position check here. And it'll be interesting to see how Jackson navigates here.
Checks back.
Some fun turns. That gives Jackson a back door.
However, it's no good if it hits.
Yeah, it's true. I'll see with another check. Be interesting to see how Jackson goes here again. Thinking about it as he looks at his chip stack here. Usually indication that he does want to bet, but does find check. All right, fun little river. It's a jack of hearts. Would imagine if Ross does find a probe here on the river, it will get called on a paired board, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Could just go check, check as well.
Then we might see a bet here from Ross.
I think Ross kind of knows that Jackson has some sort of showdown and knows that if he goes small enough, he probably finds a call. And Ross does go out with a smaller size, which is
7.5-ish.
something like that, 7.6. And I think Jackson does have to pay this off as played and is going to be shown the bad news of the King 9. I think a very good hand played by both, to be quite fair.
Yeah.
Good find from Rossi on the river to find that fin value. And yeah, very, very, very well played from both players. As you can see here, the aggression frequency, Ross leading the way of the aggression frequency. Now, that is Ray's first in aggression, I would imagine, from the start. That was just shown, not in amount of VPIP that they're playing, because I would imagine Greeley's is going to be higher than that. But as you can see, basically everyone but Jake Connolly, who just sat down at this table, is the start stack. We already have 25 entries here on day 1 of the 2.5K guaranteed Rego Open, of course, for 2 more levels tomorrow. 16 bigs is your max late Rego. I think you can buy in a day 2 with 30 bigs, and I would imagine this field is going to swell, which should be very good. And great for Australian poker, and great for Adelaide poker to see some numbers here in the 2.5K. Stephen Chewy here in the cutoff, 10.90. Definitely can be opened, and looks like he will. And I think Ross here is on the button going to play a lot more flat than free bet out the small blind. This one probably would have been a free bet. It allows you to keep Greeley in, and Greeley's waking up with the A6 suited.
Do we see a squeeze?
We probably won't, knowing Greeley, but he might find one. It's very interesting with Greeley. When you're in a hand with Greeley, you know all options are on the table, and it's exciting when you're behind the mic, when he's in a hand and you know you can do stuff. Cast finding a call out the small blind, which I think is perfectly fine.
So Greeley calling with the A6 suited. Do you think he 3-bets the Ace-5?
Greeley specifically, no, but yeah, I think in theory you probably squeeze the Ace-5 a lot more than the A6 because you can make those wheels, as Greeley does find middle pair here, and we do not have anyone else.
Yeah, Ross with top pair.
Ross did find a jack, so be interesting to see how this goes post.
Chewy with the back door. Couple of back doors.
And was the pre-flop aggressor. He does have the 9 of hearts in his hand too. Greeley just going to come out and lead his 6. If you've played a lot of pots of Greeley, you've seen this before.
The donk lead, I believe it's called.
Yes, the donk lead. He does like to utilise it a lot. As I said, each of their own style, and I think he's playing his style perfectly here. And I think Ross is just going to find a call here and allow this to continue. Haas finding the call here multiple ways. I think he knows he has a lot of backdoors. A 5 is pretty good, an 8's good. The 5 of diamonds, for instance, would be nice.
Yep.
That's
There's the 8.
There's one of his backdoors as well.
He does check it, Huss.
He does, and Greeley going to continue here for 5-5. think Ross has got nothing else to do here but play call, which he does. And I think if if you've called and picked up equity on the turn, you have to call river here to see the offsuit 5 roll off on the river. Which it does not. It is the deuce of spades. So Ross with a lock on this hand. I think the mics have just picked up some banging in the background. I do apologise, everybody. If that came through, can you please let us know in the chat and we'll just adjust some settings there. These mics are very, very good. As it does go check, 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 and Ross does win.
Ross up to over 200k now, above 2 starting stacks.
Yep. Yeah, these mics are unreal if it's picking that up from that far back. From where we're sitting, we're nowhere near the bar area. And these mics are, I think, are picking that up because I can hear the audio in my headphones. That's a pretty good set of microphones.
Fair enough.
Ross the boss. Over 2 start stacks now. Knows how to accumulate a chip stack, does Ross?
Knows how to finish a tournament as well. Did win the PLO 5 earlier in the week.
He did indeed. Probably a little bit frustrated that he didn't go deeper in the Players' Champs. He had a lot of chips in that one as well and then busted just short of the money. So,
Saying that as well, he was down to 6k in the Players' Champs. And
Yep.
then next I looked, he had above 400, I think it was.
yeah, correct. And I think
Maybe more.
Ross is very good at accumulating and Ross is very good at finding these. As Greeley's found another suited ace here and we're going to see a call.
It could be fireworks, the flop dependent.
If there is a poker god, we want to see some clubs on this board because Greeley will have piles if that is the case. And there is no biasness here, but I am here for it. Flop is ace 9-6. Well, there's a little bit of fireworks here. Middle pair versus top pair, but not the fireworks that we were all dreaming of.
Saying that though, Greeley did just flat. So Chewy with the range advantage could take advantage of this flop.
Definitely.
But I don't think Greeley's going to be going anywhere.
Check bet. And I would imagine Greeley is going to call here.
Looks like he said 23. Yeah, 23.
Yeah, it's in 2,300. Yeah,
Yep.
correct. He was just wondering what it was. Chewy throwing out a 5k chip there, but announcing that it was 23. The turn is an Otto. It's the Adelaide Diamonds. Some straights come on board. Might slow Stephen Chewy down here a little bit.
Only gut shots get there though.
Yeah, correct. But it is Greeley. Does have 10-7 suited in his range, as we did see last orbit out the small blind, the 10-7 of clubs. So 1 orbit too late for our man Stephen Greeley. Does go check check here. Chewy does shut down on this turn. And the river is a 5. 7 does make a straight here.
Does complete the backdoor flush as well.
Greeley's going to lead really small. He does this a lot. And you know what? I think Chewy probably can't do much else
Bets third pot.
but find a fold. It's annoying size because you're getting such a good price, but like everything that he bets here probably just beats you. But it'll be interesting to see what Chewy does. He's a much better player than me. I actually wonder if Chewy, knowing the player type, goes this size means that it's never a straight and raises. That would actually be quite sick if he decides to turn the 9 into a bluff here. I think he would rather do it with like King 9 over the King of Diamonds or something like that, but it'd be interesting. It just finds the fold. I wonder if that's what the tank was for. Not for the call, but to see if he wanted to find a raise against an exploitative raise against a player that's probably going that small size.
Jackson, you're the big blind. 16, 16.
We do have a new player.
Mr. Kim. Good to see Mr. Kim. He just bagged up in the mid-stakes as well. Bagged up a decent-ish stack. Makes up pocket jacks first hand.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. Mr. Kim, local, is known probably for a little bit of his tanking pre-flop, but as in just in obvious spots to either fold or call or whatever. I just randomly will tank. But wily player, has some tricks up his sleeve, will bluff, and is a very good addition to this table if he gets in a pot. So nice to have Mr. Kim here as well. Greeley and Mr. Kim have tangled a lot in the past here in the SA poker scene, so this one should be good fun to watch as well.
Jackson coming along with the ace 8-0 as well.
I think this is perfectly fine here from Jackson to find a flat here out the big line multiple ways, as we do see King 5-3 all diamonds, and Mr. Kim's the only one here with a diamond, so he probably still finds C-bet here, and he does.
Just a reminder as well, this tournament is going to shot clock from day 2.
Good for the game. I do like a shot clock. I think it's really good. Mr. Kim's going to play one hand, win one hand, and be above start stack, all in one hand. It's a pretty good start to your tournament. Played one, won one, and away you go.
As long as you win the last one.
Yep, that is very true. If you are watching on stream, say g'day. Let us know where you're watching from. And what question should we throw out to the stream? Considering Jackson Warren's at the table, what is your favourite cricketing memory? Let us know in the chat. If you've got a cricketing memory,
I've got one.
Go.
I've got one.
Could be local, could be what you witnessed for Australia, but yeah.
My favourite cricketing memory, I was at the Boxing Day test.
Oh.
Ashes,
Yeah,
day 1.
yeah.
Scotty Boland on debut.
Oh, great one.
Hits him on the pads. We all go up. Oh, there we are.
Hi gang, how are we? We're doing well?
Yeah, so he hits him on the pads.
Yep.
Everybody goes up, gets given, it's reviewed, gets given out.
Everyone goes back up again.
Everyone goes back up again. He comes to fine leg.
Love it. Now,
And-
look, I don't want to cut you off, but I mean Greeley's waking up with premium. Greeley, Ross opening, and Greeley has found pocket queens. Now, for those that are the astute, as we are now in the top left corner, how are we all?
How we going, guys?
Graham and Damien here in the booth. Mr. Kim's now got ace jack suited.
This
Oh,
could be fireworks here in his hand.
I did say that there could be fireworks. Now, without spilling too many secrets, from what you'd see of Greeley, he does play a lot more flat, so his free bets are really, really, really whole or two, very strong. So, it'd be interesting to see if they figure this out, both of these two. Anyhow, Mr. Kim,
Looks like he's got raising chips.
he might need... Look, to be fair, in a normal position, you probably are doing some raising here at the big blind with ace jack suited, so it'd be interesting to see what he finds here, Mr. Kim.
No, put those chips back down. He was just rearranging them.
Yes, Will Carter in the chat. I am Max Late Registering this event. Great emoji to the walking pigeon. Absolutely legendary emoji. And Skin Cosmetic Clinic. Go Mr. Stephen Greeley. I'm on the same boat. Come on, Greeley. I just want him to have piles. It'd be good fun to watch.
Going back to my story about Scotty Boland.
Go.
Being from Melbourne,
Yep.
him being Victorian,
Yep.
he gets the wicket, goes to fine leg.
Yep.
Who's at fine leg? I am.
Oh, that's nice.
We are celebrating. Get home, we watch the replay. We're on TV in front of Scotty Boland, celebrating with him. It was awesome.
So nice. All right, we have a 4-7 king flop with 1 clubs. Mr. Kim doesn't pick up too many, but he does pick up some backdoors. He did call the free bet out the big blind, and Ross does find a very disciplined fold. Well, Jack 10-0, and the good correct fold. Greeley probably just going to see bet here, and I would imagine Mr. Kim's probably just going to find fold. Depends on how small Greeley goes. He might be able to float one
Goes
straight.
very small.
7K, interesting. To this size, I think if you're Mr. Kim, you might be able to find a call here and find some turns. Like, there is some good turns. There's a club on the turn, a 10, queen.
Yeah, queen 10 of clubs.
Ace could be good at tier 2, right?
Yep.
So I think with this price, he's probably going to find a call. And it'd be interesting to see. But, yeah, interesting as Mr. Kim here is in the tank, having a little bit of a think. And we do have an audience here in front of us now too, Graham, which is pretty
We
cool.
do, we do.
How are we, guys? Hopefully we're doing well. Welcome to the show. But yeah, Scotty Boliner, absolutely fantastic memory, that one.
That is awesome memory, that one.
Mr. Kim does find cool, and I think that's still corrected to such a small sizing. Greeley's going to go small again, isn't he? He loves doing this, Greeley. He's found a really small probe on the turn that might keep Mr. Kim around. Because I think that's only 4.5k here. 3.5k, it's even smaller. He's found absolute... He's wizarded into probably getting 3 streets of value. That is actually sensational from Stephen.
Guys, check.
He could have probably got another little small bet, but Greeley with the free bet, Greeley with the small C bet flop, and then an even smaller bet on the turn. Full exploitative poker at its best there from Stephen Greeley, who now finds himself back up to over 130k. Do have one here in the YouTube chat. From 81 Korea ASC. I was in the southern stand. Trevor Travel bowled the underarm. Oh, final ball, 6 needed. Know exactly where we're going. Yes, a travesty for Australian poker. Something the Kiwis do will cry about as well. And probably with good reason, to be honest. But yeah, absolute kerfuffle that day.
It's only the Kiwis.
Yeah, that's it. Speaking about the Boxing Day test, I did it last year with my partner Candice. We do love our test match cricket, which is really nice. For those that don't know the story, I was talking to her after meeting her, and she was talking about the Crows, and so was I. And then I said, do you follow any other sport? And she literally said, I'm a sucker for test match cricket. I'll watch it all day. And I just told her I was going to marry her then and then.
Put the ring on that finger.
Yeah, pretty much. So we love our test match cricket. And so we took her son, and we went to the Boxing Day test match last year. Day 2, thankfully, because it only lasted 2 days. And we sat in the Barmy Army, and they went nuts all day because England were finally up. I saw Scott Boland open the batting for Australia, and I saw England win a test match all on the same day. It's not the memory I would go with, but it was that was probably the best day of life sport I've been to. The memory I go with is not an Australian, but Adelaide Oval, India versus Australia. It was the test after Philip Hughes, and my memory is actually Virat Kohli's 154. I've never seen batting like that on a 5th day. Nathan Lyon obviously takes 7 or 8. Australia win in the last session. And there we are. Back to the action though. Mr. Kim here out the small blind with the ace-5, and Jake Connolly opening up cut off with the queen-6 suited, which is quite standard. I'm going to see a C-bet and call here, I would imagine. King to king 2. King 2. We'll introduce ourselves in just a second. We have our camera on, but I think it's come off now.
Jake does pick up the backdoor flush draw here.
And I think Jake's going to barrel here, and... This is the problem sometimes with flattening out the small blind is if Connolly does barrel and then on the river, even if he bricks and goes big, what do you do with ace-5-0? Your opponent has so many larger ace-X's. Your opponent can still have 9s. Your opponent can technically still have kings, even though kings might check the flop a large bunch, right? So free betting pre out the small blind is definitely what Ross obviously plays pretty much a free bet or fold strategy out the small blind. Yep. This is why you should. Mr. Kim, though, isn't afraid to navigate and go post. And we're going to see a call here from Mr. Kim. And we do. We'll come back to you, though, after this hand, King 2, King 2. Great PLO hand, King 2, King 2, double suit. Oof. Anyhow, the river is the 4 of clubs. I think if this goes check and Jake finds a large size bet, I don't know if Mr. Kim will call or not. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
When you say go large, you go on 1.2, 1.3, or are you going to go about 70, 75?
I think 75 might still get called, but I think if he goes around pot, Mr. Kim may think about folding this one. Interesting to see if Jake finds it here or not. Don't know if he will. I think if there was more draws on this board that missed, he might, but he does find it. Here we go. It'll be interesting to see size. There's 37 in the pot, and Jake Connolly has found a bet here. Let's see what size it is. 34. It does go large. It goes nearly pot. I think this is great. And now if you Mr. Kim, he's squirming a little bit. Mm-hmm. But Mr. Kim will like find the call.
Oh, is that a raise?
No, he just said call and then slammed some chips in there, as Mr. Kim does. He does that a lot. But there we go. He does find call. I do like Jake Connolly's line here a little bit, so perfectly fine. And Mr. Kim does find a call and does find some chips. He knows how to build a big stack. Anyhow, back to King 2, King 2. Who are the commentators, please? Introduce yourself. On the mic right now is Damiano Eloa, or Damo_23, as affectionately known. I'm an SA reg. I wouldn't say a great reg, but a reg. And in the booth with me is...
And I'm Graham Bennett, a mixed game player. Don't play much Hold'em. Do double every now and then, but give me the mixed game streets and we'll play.
Yes, definitely. I'm a bit of a mixed game guy myself. I'm probably not a mixed game reg. I'm just a mixed game enjoyer that knows the games but doesn't play enough of them. But yeah, definitely love my mix. But that's who's in the booth for you. So thank you for your question over there on the YouTube. But yeah, so my cricketing memory is Virat Kohli, 154. Because I thought he was going to single-handedly win India the match until I think it was Mitch Marsh nearly fumbled one on the boundary line but caught it. Probably got us over the line here as Greeley's got king free suited. And look, knowing Greeley like I do, this is premium.
Raised to 3,500. Three calls.
As we're having a look here, is lots of folding, and I think this one's just going to get through here from Greeley. We do have a couple other comments. One on the Max Late Retro, says Wildcard Poker for myself. Look, I think it's very close between the two, Max Late Retro and playing from the start. There's obviously pros and cons, right? In layman's terms, if you play earlier, give yourself more blind levels and play against maybe some weaker opponents to build a chip stack. All well and good, and, you know, gives you probably an opportunity to put yourself in a position to have a larger stacks when you do get past late retro, getting towards the bubble to apply pressure, build a really large stack, and put yourself in a position to win the tournament. So you're thinking, oh, great, playing from the start is really, really nice. And it definitely is, and it suits some people. Probably suits more cash game regulars that do play tournaments because they play deeper. Max Late Retro has its pros, though, in the sense that, you know, by the time Max Late Retro, over half the field's gone. So if your 2.5k buy-in's worth 100,000 chips at the start of the tournament, half the field gone, your 2.5k buy-in for 100,000 chips is worth 140,000 chips, for instance, because players have busted. The value of your chips have gone up. And that's because you're close to the money, half the field's gone. You have to play less time to probably make it into the money. And if you're someone that plays a lot of online, you're really proficient in those short stack game. And a lot of live players will make mistakes off 16, 15, 13 bigs. And that's where you look to capitalise and, you know, find an early pot or two or find your double up and you've got average stack and you're only like 20, 15 spots from the money in these bigger buy-ins. So, and that's why the Max Late Retro for myself personally doesn't say it works for everybody. I'm like someone like Ross the Boss would be in from level 1 and battling with Greeley and all the rest of the gang. I myself probably see myself in this sort of field with my edge being sub 15 bigs, just because I've probably studied that a lot more and, you know, takes away those dicey 100 big line spots where, you know, you've seen me put 2.5x pot jamming already this series and getting snapped off by fourth pair. So, yeah, not snapped off, but called by fourth pair. But, yeah, saves you putting yourself in those spots.
Yeah, no, that was actually interesting. And I was standing at the table watching it, and you had the Jack of Heart blocker, which was a key card in her hand, with the Jack 8 being a straight. There was hearts out there.
Yep.
And got called by a pair of fives.
Yes,
Pocket
I did.
fives.
Pocket fives. Fun hand, but I do think if you're, in the way I view it too, and I had this good advice, and hopefully he doesn't mind me mentioning it, but Lachlan Crilly, who obviously APT ambassador, asked him what his views are on this. You know, I asked my coach Josh Foster as well. Josh said the EV between the two for very similar. And Crilly gave a great example between Max Late Retro or not is what's your bankroll compared to the tournament? And if it's at the top end of your bankroll and you're only prepared to fire one bullet, you Max Late Reg because you're close to the money, ICM, easy to manoeuvre, 15 bigs, don't avoid those spots. But if it's within your bankroll and you're able to put 2-3 bullets in, definitely play from the start because it gives you the opportunity to build that big stack. And if it does go wrong, you still got the opportunity to reg day 2 or Max Late Reg. So, and for myself, without, you know, saying exactly what my bankroll is, the 2.5k is definitely on the top end. And
with the Max Late Reg as well, if you think you don't have an edge in the field, are you better off Max Late Regging
100%.
and realising your equity in those jam spots rather than trying to get outplayed?
I've said absolutely, and then I'll change my mind. I agree that is definitely the best play, but I would ask now, your edge comes from what you're most proficient at, all right? Let's say, look, we've got, I would say Igor's probably in this field. I actually haven't seen him, so maybe a bad example. Chris Edgar, you know, one of the SA's best, Joe Sandev, right? They're some of the best regs around in South Australia and Australian poker, right? Your edge against someone like Joe Sandev, there is none because he's got the edge on you, right? So I would say yes, match that red ring against someone like that is great. But what I will say, if you're someone that plays cash games specifically and you want a ticket into this, you're more used to playing 100 big ones deep. So your edge will come from playing 100 big ones plus poker. So you probably want to get in from the start. So I think the question will always be, are you someone that has played what's more poker that you've played, and then having that as your baseline to when you should fire? For myself personally, because I've obviously done a lot more, GTO drills and solver work, and what I play online is definitely off the shorter side of those stacks. But someone like, trying to think, is a good cash game reg around here. I don't play much cash here in South Australia. Shane Baxter, right? Cash game reg, playing full time, etc. His edge will come from playing in the early stages of a tournament, because he knows how to maneuver off that big blind stack. And for someone like Baxter, if you want a ticket into this, and he might still fire it tomorrow because he knows what he's looking for short stack too. Baxter's quite well rounded, but that would be my example. He probably is better off getting in from level 1 and trying to maneuver and build a big stack.
I had a good laugh the other day with Shane Baxter, actually, with the meme he put up on our Caption This page.
Oh, it should have won. It was great. I've got it saved now, and I'm going to use it part of the Instagram Reels. So,
If you haven't seen it, it's up on APT Live on Facebook, and have a look, scroll back to our Caption This segment featuring Damo the other day, half under the table.
yep. I think Nikki Danica, if she's watching, has made some good comments on the back of that photo, and yeah, it makes for great content when the content rolls into another, and I think she's done really well with some of her comments on the caption competitions, which is really good.
The one she put up for Troy yesterday was absolutely hilarious.
That was gold. That was
So
great.
Troy McLean with 30. If you do have him on Facebook or socials on Insta, he posts a daily wrap up every day at a series where it has his total buy-ins, how much he's cashed for, his net result. And just jump on ABT Live and have a look at what she's put in the comments for Troy's photo. It is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, Nikki's got a great sense of humour, and that doesn't surprise me. She's that witty. So we are multiple ways here to a flop with Luca and Ross and Greeley defending the Queen 6-0. Gotta love it.
Nikki does dabble in the mixed game streets as well.
She does indeed. She does pretty well. She understands the games quite well too. So shout out Nikki if you're watching.
Yeah,
if you're
I sat
g'day.
down with Nikki a couple of years ago actually, and went through a lot of different mixed games with her and some little basic strategy, and she's really picked it up and excelled in the mixed game field, playing regularly now.
Yeah, correct. Got a couple more comments going in. Damo the God and Phil Ivey. Definitely not. But thank you. I'll take that. I think Zolo, Alex Zolo in the chat, another SA player, watching on the YouTube. Shout out to Zolo, watching down at home, I would imagine. Used the word exploit and Greeley in the same sentence. That was a fear bet for sure. Exactly. I think he's mentioning back to that 3.5K with the Queens earlier. Or no. The King 9 versus Greeley had a 6, and it was against Chewy. And I said that Chewy was thinking about probably raising and didn't have the right combo. Definitely think when you see that sort of lead from that sort of player type.
Sorry to cut you off for a moment. Let's have a look at this turn card here.
Oh, hello, Greeley.
Luca flopping 2 pair and Greeley turning 3 of a kind.
Now, this is where Greeley's image comes into him, because he will raise here, and he will raise small.
Let's just recap this action real quick. Luca raised to 3,200 pre, Greeley does flat, and then it goes check, bet for 4,000 from Luca with 2 pair, Greeley floating with second pair. And now we see a check, a bet, and a min raise.
Oh, the good old min raise, the click back, as they used to say on the old school Poker Stars days. What a fun river too. Ace of hearts. Both players now probably worried about a straight. Luke is going to get saved.
Check. Yeah, it does go check.
Luca gets saved. Bit of an action killer. But Luca's going to see the bad news of the defend of the Queen 6-0. And Greeley chipping up nicely now. That's 158k. Plenty of play here for Stephen Greeley, which is great to see. Unlucky for Luca. Bad turn. Good river. Probably saved him some money on the river, because I think on the river, if that comes a brick, Greeley goes bet, Luca goes cool, and then gets shown the bad news. So probably some chips saved there for Luca, which is really, really good. Some other comments here coming in on the YouTube still. If you are watching on Facebook, do get us some comments in too. We do have the Facebook chat open as well. We have seen obviously Simmer and a few others comment. But if you are watching there on the YouTube, you're more than welcome to. Keep up the good work from King2. Thank you very much for King2. Yeah, I like to play roach poker sub 15 bigs. It feels like that sometimes, roaching around. But yeah, it is what it is.
This tournament is going to fly past the guarantee as well.
Yeah, we're already at
28 entries, 34. More than 34, we will go past the guarantee.
Think so.
75,000.
Yeah, we're going to definitely fly past the guarantee by the looks of it. And hence why I'll definitely be max late roaching tomorrow, which is great.
Oh,
As we
I'd
see
love to jump for
Greeley,
this.
okay, I think Ross has opened and Greeley's defended small blind with Jack 6-0. Is that what's just happened? Oh, strap on in. I think this is what has exactly happened. And
Right.
Ross's C-bet and fold
Yeah.
on 9 queen ace. There we go. Ross again, probably exploiting the fact that Greeley's in the blinds. And off he goes. Anyhow. I'm going to ask Michael Caine a question. He has just arrived at our desk. Back on stream 10 minutes ago, we asked, what is your favourite cricketing moment? Could be local or could be, international cricket, as we do have Jackson Warne on our feature table. Mr. Caine, what is your favourite cricketing moment?
So my favourite cricketing moment, I was very fortunate to be at Adelaide Oval and see the most sensational catch by Glenn McGrath. There's a particular,
Everybody knows that catch.
yeah,
It's
like
iconic.
it's a screamer, absolute belter. That and also I would say my other one was in 2002, 2003, Sri Lanka were touring. I was fortunate enough to actually be involved in their tour working with the Sri Lankan team. Got to bowl next to Murali in the nets and a few things like that, which was pretty cool. But I did see Australia A demolish Sri Lanka in a tour game, and it finished so quickly that they actually played the first ever 2020 style game ever. So they felt like the crowd had been ripped off. It finished in about 2 hours. It was meant to be a day-nighter, one-dayer. And they played basically a demonstration match, which was 20 overs a side, and the very first ever 2020 game, although it didn't count for anything. There was wasn't even classed as like a Group A game or anything like that. So I hope that's helpful.
I'd love to see the scores in that game. Just to see how they approach that. Obviously now you're seeing scores of 200 plus quite regularly in a 2020 game, but back then, interesting to see if they played it like a 50 over game where...
Yeah, it
screws.
was probably less aggressive than what what you'd see in a T20 game these days. Just going to do a quick little Google to see if I can find it.
Thank you very much for jumping into the booth there. Michael Caine, if he does find that scorecard, be very interesting, as we did see Jack 10 suited get folded. I
Yeah,
think,
he's not at the table.
Huss isn't there.
Yes, I thought the same thing.
Yep. Jake Connolly with a decision there with King 7 suited on the button, making a fold. And I think we're going to see a check from Mr. Kim. We did have a limp from Greeley with the Queen 7-0.
In position now, though, against him as well.
Yeah, and
Against Mr. Kim.
8 deuce deuce. 2 diamonds. No one with a diamond. Another 8 on the turn. Mr. Kim now with a full house. And it must be nice to have a full house and have Greeley betting into you. Queen of diamonds on the river. Greeley does pair up, so it'll be interesting. Mr. Kim finds lead, and this is going to get called here from Stephen, I do believe.
Kieran in the Facebook chat does say we need more streams with Steve Greeley on it.
I agree. 100% have always agreed and always will. I am all for it. And I'll tell you right now, if I do bust tomorrow instead of making the money and Greeley is deep, I'll be sitting right here.
Front row seats.
That's it. I'll be right here. There is our lovely faces there. I'm Damo and that's Graham if you do not know. And we are your commentators here today. 28 people do buy into this tournament so far. 22 remain. And we have got a wide range of stacks here. Jake Connolly is our shortest at the table at 45.3. Ross is our chip leader at the feature with just over a double start stack of 202k. And it's been a fun feature final table. Maybe, you never know. But it has been a fun feature table. And here we are.
There are still 22 players currently in the field.
That is correct.
That number will go up.
Very true, very true.
Jackson on the button of 10.80.
Probably will find open. You want to open a lot of your 8x, especially when the card with the 8 is higher than the 8. So he does open. Mr. Kim getting out the way, and Luca with the Jack 4-0 is probably just going to muck this one, and we're going to see Jackson take that one down.
Pushes him up to 160.
100
big blinds exactly.
Good start there from Jackson Warren. Always nice to see him running deep in an APT tournament. Almost synonymous now, Jackson Warren playing poker about APT. It's good to see.
Such a nice guy as well, Jackson.
Yeah, it is. I've actually not had the pleasure of playing with Jackson Warren. I've obviously played a touch with Jane here and there, but not with Jackson. I've seen him around and seems like a very nice guy. And seemed to be enjoying himself in the local poker community and actually doing quite well too. He does know how to run deep in a tournament, so good to see Jackson Ward here at our feature table and doing quite well here and starting off the Goliath in style. As we will move on, I believe this is hand 36 that we have seen, and the 36 hands, I would say, Graham, have been interesting.
They have. Really definitely opened his premium. No, his flats are premium for him.
Yeah.
King of spades.
He does mix in a lot of limps out of nowhere. He just changes gear and goes a lot of limps. So, yeah, it's interesting how he plays moving forward. Falls to Jackson Warren, he's got ace-10 own. He will squeeze this one up. I think that looks like 46. But we'll wait and see what it exactly is. We do have on yellow, 45, apologies. We do have in yellow now as our dealer changes come through here with Nelson taking a break. And Stephen Chewy now having a look to see how much it was. Probably just finds fold here with the offsuit ace out the big blind here versus limp and squeeze. Really is not going to fold, and we're going to see 3 cards here on the turn, on the flop.
A 3-bet would look very strong as well. The limp 3-bet.
The limp 3-bet, oof. Does Greeley find it? Well, for a second, he grabbed the 12 hard chips, was like, let's go. The excitement was brewing, but I think we're just finding a call here. And it is a call. We're going to be off to a flop. And be interesting to see how we navigate post here. 8-3-6, top pair here for Greeley.
Backdoor hearts for Jackson.
Yeah, backdoor hearts, backdoor straights, plus 2 overs. He probably still will C-bet here, C-bet range. And he does against Greeley, who could be quite wide. Greeley's obviously going to find... Oh, no, he's not going to find. He's going to find a raise, and I think this is going to end the hand pretty quickly. I think Jackson Warren is going to throw this one into the muck fairly quick. But who knows? Maybe the Greeley factor might keep people around.
I don't know how much Jackson has played with Greeley, though, either.
Not too much, but I think you'll get a sense for what's happening, and he does get a right sense. Couldn't imagine against some other players around in the player pool that you're like, what is this? This makes no sense, and start punishing, but probably not the player to punish when they have shown a willingness to put chips in. As you can see, even Jake Connolly, this is the beautiful thing of the Goliath, has had a less than ideal start, I would say, in his mind, being half start stack. Still has 28 big blinds.
Yeah.
Absolute still got piles here. And that's the beauty of the Goliath, and that's the beauty of having a very deep structure, is that you might not make the best of starts, but can still recover here, and be interested to see how Jake navigates that slightly shorter stack, but still got plenty there at 28 bigs. Obviously means Ross has got piles, and Greeley's chipping up slowly but surely.
Yeah, it wasn't long ago that Greeley only had, oh, not only, but had that 75k and he's doubled up without any risk as such. Just taking down those pots without showdown.
That is correct. Does find a fold here with ace 3-0, does Greeley, which is the correct fold, just Greeley.
Jackson folding ace 8-0 from a hijack as well.
Correct. Absolutely finding a fold. And Liquor on the button, also folding 7-6, but it looks like we're getting a walk here. Stephen Chewy with the 8-do-so. So not much here. And I think that might be the first. Oh, Ross had a premium too in the big. Not remembering that we've had a walk. I reckon that's 38 hands, and that's our first walk. So there we go, which does not surprise me with the players that we have at this table. If you are in chat, say g'day. Let us know what you're doing whilst watching the stream. You have us on in the background as you lay in bed, or you're someone that's up grinding away on the online streets with the stream open on the side. Let us know where you're watching from and what you're doing. And what's your favourite late night beverage? Yeah, I've got a nice Adair iced coffee, and that's only because I do plan on max late registering the main in a second. I do want to be somewhat alert.
The intense espresso.
Yes.
Triple strength.
Probably not what you want to have right before you go to bed, but at the same stage, probably what you want to have this late at night if you still got to play a couple of levels of the main event. As Mr. Kim here wakes up in the hijack with pocket eights. There's probably some tea drinkers around and some people just drinking some nice old-fashioned water. Gotta love a nice cold glass of water as well. But let us know what you're doing and what you're watching and what you're having a drink with. Maybe you're in the Crowne Plaza and having one of the very nice lemon cheesecake espresso martinis I got here. Oof. Huss in the big one going to defend the Jack 7 suited here against Mr. Kim's pocket eights, and we're going to be off to a flop here.
You know, those the cheesecake martinis the other night looked good.
Yeah.
I don't drink. Very rarely do I have an alcoholic beverage, but they did look very nice. We do have Michael back with a scorecard from that game, I'm assuming.
Almost. It was a tour match, not an official ODI or T20. Australia A defeated Sri Lanka by 10 wickets. Sri Lanka bowled out for just 65. Players involved. Here we go. Let's see if we can know some of these players playing for Australia A.
What year was this?
2002-03.
Okay.
Michael Clark.
Okay.
Brad
not bad.
Hogg. Right. And for Sri Lanka, Janasuria, young Sangakkara was playing in this match, and Jaya Wardener as well. What a team Sri Lanka had back in the day. But yeah, Australia bowled him out for 65 and made 66 with 229 balls remaining. None down. And then unofficially was recorded as a T20 match. They came back on the field and played a T20, which is pretty cool. It does not appear in the Cricket Archives or Cricinfo's database, but the T20 was played that day, and there's a rare piece of cricketing knowledge from Michael Caine. There you go. Thank you for the knowledge, Mr. Sparkles. I'm going to let you get back to TDing and enjoy the rest of your night. Still a little bit, which is fine. And yeah, there we go. Graham asking, when's my max late registering? We've got another 6 minutes of demo commentary. And to be quite fair, because I'm max late registering, there is definitely a chance that we do get it in, lose a flip, and we might be straight back in the booth. But hopefully we just find a bag.
Jackson opening here to 5k. The blinds have gone up. They are 1k, 2k over 2k big blind ante now.
And there we go. Ross finding premium here with pocket queens on the button. We're definitely going to get a free bet, I would say. If Greeley was a different type of player type, someone that was uber aggressive with their free betting, you might see some traps here, but I don't think we're going to get traps this deep. And we do have a free bet here. Huss with pocket tens. Oh, here we go. And Huss has got what? Let's have a look.
Is it 35, 38 bigs?
He might. Well, look, you could find jam here with tens. It's a +1 open and a free bet here. He does find just call, I think, unless it was a raise. Just calls. Kind of turns his hand face up here that it's like jacks or tens or nines that didn't want to go with it. Obviously now if you're Jackson Warren after opening, getting free bet, and now a call out the big blind, it's pretty hard to find fold because you're getting a good price, but you're also not loving this spot because you know that you're probably up against it, especially in the small blind flats.
You're not even loving an ace-high flop either, though.
Yeah.
Call. 13.
Jackson does make the call
Well,
from +1.
Off multiple ways as we're waiting for the flop to come out. Zach in the chat. Great hearing your voice, Damo, and great watching the best Adelaide has to offer. Thank you very much, Zach. Glad that you're enjoying the stream. I'm still going to be around for a little bit, and it's a bad flop here for Jackson Warren. It's also a flop that might keep Huss around here with a gutter shot as well.
Could see fireworks here.
Rainbow Jack High flop as Jack 8-7. 4 outs to a 9 here for Huss, plus obviously a 10 would still be good. And Jackson here with top pair. And after it goes check, Jackson's going to bet for value. And unfortunately, just with the dynamic of the hand, he's out of position against the free better.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this bet from Jackson with Ross 3-betting pre.
Yeah, look, when you're out of position, you want to do a lot more checking. And you want to have some strong checks in your checking range as well. And obviously the best checks are your top pairs, top kickers. So I think that this would have preferred to check, but I can understand the logic here. You got top pair, you want to protect here against, you want to protect here on a pretty straighty board. He also knows if he gets raised, he's probably never good as well. I think if you're someone like Huss now, you know, you just have bet call. You got to figure your 4 outs to a 9 are probably good. And there's probably a world where, I don't know, Huss might not give Ross enough 9x. But maybe Jackson some 9x. But you've got to figure some 9s are probably good for you too still to make that straight. And
No fold equity though here for Huss.
no, not really. It'd be interesting to see. It's a weird spot. This is a tough one, right? You had raise and free bet. You got 10s. You got 30-something bigs. I think the best move pre probably for Huss, and he would have just walked into it. It's probably just ripped it pre,
Yeah,
and then he
I
just
agree.
runs in the queens, right? But
That's
now
flat.
I now don't think you can fold when it goes bet call. And now you got 4 outs to a 9 that you figure are good, and you got 2 outs to a 10 because it shouldn't be too many 9x.
Oh, wow, hits the turn as well.
And that is why you got to call. And now Haas just openly jams.
Everyone's getting, what, 4-1, 5-1 on a call here.
Yeah, I figured that in Haas's mind, he's that short that he has to get called now by one of these two that has top pair at a minimum. Obviously, Ross has queens here and is going to have 4 outs to a 10. And probably will end up calling. I definitely think if he was deeper, he would find check because you'd want to keep your opponent's bluffs in and etc. as well. Might be the right dynamic here for Jackson Moore to get away with it, but no, he does jam, and I think Ross is going to find out very quickly that he's no good and fold here, pocket queens very quickly. And
Jackson is drawing dead as well.
yeah, Jackson is dead. Ross folds queens, and yeah, unfortunate there for Jackson. Bit of a setup. Queen River
Oh, wow.
wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Wouldn't have mattered, but yeah, it would have been a dirty
A
run
little
out.
bit of dirty run out for Ross, but that's how good Ross runs. He should be the one there doubling up Haas a lot. And in the end, it's unfortunate there for Jackson Warren that the way the setup of the hand, the flat out of the small blind, which, look, is what is.
Huss up to 200,000 now as well. 100 big blinds.
And there you go. So well done to Huss, 200k. And he's up above or just about to be in double starting stack. And yeah, Ross losing minimum, I would say. And yeah, I think if you're looking in theory terms, I think it's meant to go raise, free bet, Huss 4-bet jams, Ross snaps, and then Huss gets there. But in the end, Huss finds a double up anyhow and has played it to the best of his abilities and found a double.
With the raise 3-bet, you ever folding 10s off 38 there?
It's very tough. Capable player on the button, especially against button 2. Yeah. Not against Ross, I don't think. I think against Ross, he's very capable there of squeezing.
You just put it in and...
You probably, once you get it through Jackson Warren, you're like, cool, I should get a lot of folds on the button. Obviously, that was a situation where the button actually has a hand. Like, if that was under the gun plus 1 raise free bet, you're probably finding more folds out the small one because you're up against such a tight range, right? So, I think against under the gun plus 1 and a free bet from button, it's probably jammable. I just think flatting flows your hand straight up. But yeah, is what is. Yeah. And I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Leave you with Graham here shortly as I just go put my stack in the main event, and hopefully we find a bag. I'll be right back and leave you here with Graham as we see Mr. Kim opening up the pocket freeze.
Really calling with the Jack 4 from the small blind. Jack does find the fold, the A6. Do see two tens and a king on this flop. Check from Greeley, goes check, check with the 7 of diamonds. Both players picking up that backdoor flush draw. Does go check, check again. And this is going to be a chop unless someone can bet and take it down. It does go check, check, and it will be a split pot. Damo will be back in a moment. He's jumping into the main event, going to max late reg tonight's flight. Please put in the chat where you're watching from. Mitch Hogan in the chat on Facebook saying, "Go Jackson." Jackson Warren fan. Simmer with about to cancel my Netflix. If you are in the building here at Crowne Plaza, Mawson Lakes, please come down and say hi. If anyone's interested in jumping in the booth as well this week, come and see us and we'll see what we can do. Get you in here, have a chat. Look like Jake Connolly shoving from the small blind there with the Jack 9 suited and getting it through. Does pick up a few tips up to half start stack now. Huss with 197,000. Good for 100 big blinds. We will have a change in commentary in a moment. We do have James Hopkins jumping into the booth for a moment.
All right,
Through
guys.
his hand.
I'm on break of the main event. I'm here for 5 minutes. Okay.
We've got Huss raising from the hijack. King Queen flops a book.
That's a pretty good flop.
Definitely above average.
I mean, he's not gonna make $1, but it's a nice flop. Oh, sneaky check. I love it.
Can't see Mr. Kim putting in any money though. This is going to check.
He has to bet turn here, yeah.
Yeah. And this is just going to end the hand here.
The double flush board.
How you going in the main? You on break?
I got piles. I got like 240.
Coming back to?
2.5, 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Have you bagged the mid stakes yet?
No, I have not.
Following tomorrow?
I'm not sure if I'm going to play it. I think I'd rather go out on Saturday, to be fair.
Love to go out, but I'm here working.
Yeah. All right, so who have we got? We've got Jackson Warren.
Yep, we've got Huss Hadari.
Yeah, my boy
Bealey,
Chu.
Mr. Kim, Luca from Melbourne.
Okay, I have heard about Luca.
Absolute crusher down in Melbourne.
Yeah, we got Ross the boss. So yeah, I will be playing this after the main bags, so I'll be in there firing for an hour.
So jumping in tonight?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was meant to bag at 1, but they started late, so yeah, it'll give me an hour to run in and flick some chips around. All right, so Kim has limped the small, check from Luca.
Does go check,
Right,
check.
very
Okay, so
quick
flop.
check. Probably just going to check down here.
The 5 on the turn does give Luca a gut shot. And bets 5,000.
Okay. So yeah, Kim checked. Okay.
Can see a float here from Kim as well with King High. Does let it go though.
Wow.
Luca takes down a pot of 8 high.
Pure aggression.
There are a couple of tournaments on break at the moment, so if it is noisy in the background, we do apologise. But the foyer is busy.
What's the delay here? 20? 30?
30-minute delay.
30 minutes. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so Kim raises the button with 6s. Stephen is definitely going to defend the 10-8-0 in the big blinds.
Chewy does defend the big blind. 10-8-0. We'll see a flop. Queen 3. Not a bad flop for sixes here.
Yes, going to go bet fold, I would say. Chew probably not going to get out of line on this board. No.
Does go check, bet, fold. Mr. Kim does take out another one, nicely chipping up.
All right, I'm going to do one more hand, then I got to go back to this main.
Mr. Kim up to 172,000 chips from the 100k start stack. He's only been at the table 15 minutes and he's chipping up quite nicely.
Nice slow structure in the Goliath.
Yeah, we've been saying the max late reg, 16 bigs.
Yeah, it's nice.
There is 2 levels of late registration tomorrow as well.
What time's the day start tomorrow?
I believe it's been pushed back.
Oh yeah, because
It
it's
could be 1 o'clock. Let me just double check that. Uh, 2 o'clock tomorrow.
2
It's been
o'clock.
pushed back to 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And late rego is 3:40, max late reg.
Okay.
The foyer has cleared. The main event has gone back in.
Yeah. I've committed to one more hand though. Oh no. All right, so Stephen limps the small. Going to see Ross raise. Stephen will 100% be calling this hand.
Does flick in with call.
Why not a 6 queen 9 flop here? All right. Well, Stephen has 2 overs and a backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw as well, so if Ross does find a C bet here, I would say Stephen is definitely going to continue.
What sort of sizing do you expect Ross to go with here?
Like a third. Yeah.
That's what we see, 6.5. Yep.
Yeah. Like you still want to get called by like hands like Stevens or whatever. Like ace highs and stuff like that. But yeah, Steven definitely to a third bet, third pot size bet is definitely going to call. Tone is a repeat 5.
Probably not the best card for sixes though, because Chewy could have a lot of 5x here.
Yeah, I mean Ross can bet small here and then just check the river. Like obviously it's not a 3 street hands. Like if he checks here, it's going to open the door for Stephen to bluff. Yeah, so look, it is going to be a small bet.
Ross doesn't block the 2 combos of 5-6 suited though that are left.
Oh, Stephen does find the fold. All right. I'll leave you guys here. I'm going to go bag up 500k in the main.
Good luck.
Yeah, might be back later.
Might see you on the stream when you rejo this.
Cheers. See you guys.
Good luck. Michael Despacito from Sorrento. Welcome. All right, I am by myself at the moment. We are having some more guests jump into the booth. Another question out to the chat. Who is your pick to win this event? Currently at 29 entries with 23 remaining. That number is going to skyrocket with quite a few late registrants already saying they're going to late register. Can easily see this event getting above 50. All right. Graphics just playing catch up a little bit. Luca looks like he's raised with the natural 9-6-3 suited. Chewy has 3-bet to 12,000 by the looks of it with the Queen 10-0. Back on Luca. All right, still on Ross with Ace Jack in the small. Looks like he's coming in with a cold 4-bet from the small blind. And this might work. Should work. Go. Luca lets it go and Chewy lets it go. Cold 4-bet with Ace Jack getting through there for Ross, the boss. Back to the action here. Jackson under the gun, folding. Mr. Kim with the 7-8 plus 1. Luca with the min raise. Jacks. Chewy and Ross have both folded. Really calling from the small blind with 9-4 offsuit, and Jake Connolly getting out of the way there. An ace, ace, 8 flop. See Greeley most likely check fold. $5K from Luca, and does get the fold from Stephen Greeley. If you are in the building and want to jump in the booth, come over, say hi. I am currently by myself. It'd be good to get someone else in here, have a chat. We start this next hand. And number 48 of this stream. We are restarting at 2 o'clock tomorrow. With late rego all the way through to 3:40, I believe it is. 2 levels of late rego. Chewy raising the 7-9 suited from the hijack. Warren, Jackson Warren, that is, flicking in the call. 8-9 suited. Sorry, offsuit, sorry, 8-9 offsuit. There, flop of 3-3-4. We have lost the graphics for a moment. They are working on getting that back up for us. I will leave you with some table talk for the moment so you can hear the action as it unfolds at the table. Mr. Kim defending the big blind here with 8-6. Luca raising from under the gun at ace-7 suited. We do see Mr. Kim check. Luca coming with a C-bet, and it should just take it down. But not yet. Mr. Kim thinking. And does let it go. Remember, if you are in the area, come on down tomorrow. We have a stacked day tomorrow. Absolutely cram-packed. We've got the $450 flipper with a $23,000 guaranteed starting at 1 o'clock. That is going to be massive. Such a great tournament there. We've also got a mid-stakes flight E, the final flight to bag a stack in the mid-stakes championship at 4:30. That is a $300 entry with a 75k guaranteed prize pool on that one. Then at 6:30 we've got the Adelaide Champs main event flight D. That is a $600 entry with 150k guaranteed and a chance to become an APT main event champion. We also have the Gambia Poker Big Freeze, $250 entry at 7:30. That room is going to be full tomorrow. So come on down and have a chance, have a shot at these massive prize pools. We do see Ross the Boss pick up Queens under the gun. Second time he's had Queens on this stream. So under the gun +1. Raises the 4. Jake Connolly 9-10 suited calling with... 9-10 suited calling. Mr. Kim from the small blind with 6-7 off. That's it go. And Luca in the big. Also with 6-7 off. Getting a better price than Mr. Kim. Does make the call. As we go to a flop. Queen 6-9, top set for Ross the Boss, middle pair for Jake, and bottom pair for Luca. All got something. Ross the Boss is going to bet this top set. Could see 2 calls here. One from Jake, one from Luca. Both with a piece. Jake does call, Luca does call. Off to a turn card. The 2 of spades does come in, giving Luca the backdoor flush draw to go with his 3rd pair. Does check it. The front door flush does come in. Ross does bet again. 34,500 in the pot. He bets 10,900. About a 3rd pot. Jake does let it go. Luca now with 3rd pair and a 7 high flush draw. I mean, a bit of a chat to Ross. Ross laughs and Luca just puts it into the muck. And Ross picks up a 24,000 additional chips to his stack in that hand. Up to a 216,000 now. The most chips at the table. Ross, the Boss. The PLO 5 champion the other night here at APT Adelaide. Just a big thank you as well to our sponsor, LinkTech Australia, and our collaborative partners in the Australian poker schedule, the Aussie Millions, Palgro Group, Matchroom, Stacked, and Crowne. Big thank you to all those. Also a big thank you to the poker operators who have given us merchandise for our giveaways this week as well. Matchroom, Stacked, Gambia Poker, SPT. Big thank you as they've donated all the merch for our giveaways on APT Live on Facebook. There is we'll be finished now actually, the caption this will be finished for today. It is past 12 o'clock here in Adelaide. There will be another caption this up tomorrow with more merch given away. Really opening the 4.5k with King 6 from +1. Luca out of the small blind with Ace 7 suited. Could 3-bet this. Especially against Greeley. He does 3-bet. To 11,000. 2 more diamonds. Ross folding. We are up to 31 entries in this event now. Really flicking in the call. Off to a flop, 26,000 in the middle. Nine, 10, Jack, 2 hearts. Both players miss. Really with a gut shot to the king high straight, and Luca with the gut shot to the jack high straight. Neither player has that flush draw. Luca does see bet. Really calls. And Luca does take that hand down. As you can see, I'm here by myself at the moment in the booth. So if you are free, come and sit right here with me and let's have a chat. Let's talk some poker. Let's talk anything you want to talk about. Really under the gun with Jack 3 suited is putting in chips by the looks of it. Does raise to 4.5. Jake folds. Jackson with the flat with Jack 10. Players are getting up off the table. Stretch those legs. Alan Wilson fresh to the table as well, calling 8-4 suited. Does flop top pair of the 8. And has taken the lead. Does check it. In low, Steve really checks. Jackson Warren with Jack high checks. Jackson does turn top pair now. To take the lead. 3 spades on board though, and really just Jack high. Firing out 7,000. Half pot. Just under half pot there. Looks like Jackson just said call. He does just call with top pair there. Now what does Alan do here with second pair on a 3 spade board? Probably just lets this one go with a bet and a call in front of him. He does let it go. Off to a river card. It's a offsuit 2 pairing the board. Goes check, check, and Jackson will win it showdown. Picking up a much needed pot, adding 19,000 chips to his stack there. These hats are for sale as well, these APT merch. Down here at the registration booth, come down, see Dorothy or Rob or Gina and pick up an APT hat. We've got hoodies, we've got shirts. Deck yourself out. Jake Connolly folds with Jack 3 from under the gun. Jackson with ace jack suited, +1, raises to 5,000. Mr. Kim quickly folds. Luca folds. Ross folds. Alan folds. Of course, Steve Greeley's going to defend from the big blind of 7-9, offsuit, off to a flop. These two going at it again. Got Queen 10-8. Really with the up and down straight draw. And Jackson with Ace Jack, so he's got the gut shot to the 9 and the backdoor flush draw. Really leads into him for 4,000. Jackson flats off to a turn card. It's very interesting turn cards here. The 2 of diamonds is going to keep Jackson around if Greeley bets again. You know, the nut flush draw does go check, check, check. 4 of clubs on the river. Jackson with the best hand with ace high goes check, check, and will take it down. Jackson adding another 12,000, back up to 92,000. As these players are going on a break, we will be back here in 15 minutes. Thank you for joining us. We are coming back in 15 minutes with possibly what looks like a new table as well.
And then if
Well, I guess we lost 100.
so I lost 100 the first one, 100 the second one.
Hotel, bug stars. I used to run the sirens.
Yeah, no, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it would have been a long time ago.
Yeah,
Probably when I first started. Good luck. 2,400 to go. Oh, that's. Sorry, missed deal. Missed deal. There's not enough action. I didn't deal with 9 in.
Actually, there was
It's a missed deal.
folded.
There wasn't substantial action. There's 2 folds. It is not. I had a 10.
I had 2, 3. Good miss deal, good miss deal. Raise them. Not usually. Raise them.
Sorry, guys.
So Nelson's the best deal I have here, so it's fine. We can let it slide. We can let it slide.
I did not see those chips in my peripheral.
I waited till I knew I had
Can they see our faces, or is it just like the floor here?
Yeah, I can see
There's
face.
4 cameras, one in each
Those
corner.
ones. Alright, I got it.
That one's for the board.
Okay, I got it. Should have realised that.
I think I'm missing chips.
2,400 to go.
No, we played a plot the very
Oh
last.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Nice try,
that's
Jake.
Fuck, another block gets fold. God damn it.
Yeah, you lost like. You put in
No,
six.
that makes sense. I was gonna
I was a
say.
bit to say.
What'd you have anyway? Jack.
What was the board?
King
Jack 7-7.
Yeah, Jack.
X.
Jack 9.
2,400's cool. Cool. One that calls. Yeah, I'm
Do you reckon anyone that's watching knows about your career, Dennis?
Not with you around. You can be
calls.
my stunt man.
No, I
Three
don't know
check.
about that.
4 check.
Okay, we are back from break. We do have a new table. We've got Dennis Huntley, Stephen Chu, Troy McLean, McDirty, Van Marcus, Aaron Sebastian, Chris Edgar, and Daniel Melville on the table right now.
2 check. 4 check.
Dennis Huntley does turn the straight here. Does bet out.
Jesus, Dennis, you're a menace.
I am.
2 fold.
Chewy will fold. Troy McLean with nut flush draw. Does call. Off to a river. It's a 10 or a diamond. It's not either of those. It's the 7 of hearts. And Dennis is going to win this hand with the Queen High straight.
One bet's 50.
Does bet 15,000.
I didn't get it.
Troy open folds the flush draw. So we are back. Just put in the chat where you're watching from, what you're watching on Facebook, or if it's YouTube. Love to hear from you. Love to engage.
What's the minimum? Thanks for not betting the flop. You know you're going to trade off your own, should bet.
2,400.
Just waiting for the graphics to catch back up. Aaron folds under the gun. So does Chris. Daniel Melville on a hijack. Ace 4 suited opens to 5,000 at 12, 24, 24. Dennis Huntley of King 7 suited. Lets it go. So does Chewy. McDirty, 5, 6 of diamonds. 5 bet bluff. Does go by 5 bet bluff online on his socials.
3 ways to the flop.
Does make the call, and Van Marcus out of the big blind of 8-6 off. We do see a flop of Queen 8-5. Both Van Marcus and Troy picking up a piece. As check, check. Daniel with the backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw as well. Does bet 6. Don't see Troy folding this flop. He doesn't. He makes the call. Van Marcus has folded middle pair here. Oh, Troy with the raise, actually. With the 5, the bottom pair comes into the raise, getting Van Marcus to fold the better hand, and Daniel gets out of the way as well. Troy up to 52 big lines, 125,000. If you are at the Crowne Plaza, please come say hi, jump in the booth, let's have a chat.
You can hear when Dennis tells us about his career.
We are on a 30-minute delay. Everything you are watching did take place 30 minutes ago.
Warning on the screen.
Warning!
Oh, I forgot about the screen. Oh, I never let a couple go then.
Maybe the missus as well. Unless you don't know. Be careful, buddy.
You're going to have to tell her to tune out.
I've got a couple of horror stories.
9 fold. I was in a few of them in Asia with you. 2,400.
I'm intrigued now.
Dennis Huntley coming with a raise here. The 6,000 with King Jack suited from the hijack.
4, 5 fold. 6,000.
Got to be careful of friendly fire at all times.
Aaron wakes up with 8s in the big. You think he would be defending this quite often. Sometimes maybe even a 3-bet. Does just flat. Off to a flop. Ace 7-3. Flop does favour Dennis Huntley's range here. He's going to see better after Aaron checks to him in flow. Bet 6.5. Aaron's double checking his cards. And puts in a call off to a turn card. Dennis does have backdoor flush draw and backdoor straight draw with 2 overs to the 8s of Aaron. I expect this to go check, check quite a lot once Aaron floats. It does go check, check. 9 on the end. Most likely goes check, check with Dennis giving up here. Does go check, check, and Aaron takes down pot, adding 13,000 chips to his stack. Puts him up to 218,000 now. Chris Edgar sitting on 306,000. 3 start stacks here in the Goliath. $2,500 entry. 75k guaranteed, which we are going to blow out of the water. It's going to go straight past that. I can see this going over 50 for sure. Quite a few people coming back to re-enter tomorrow or fire their first bullet. Plus max late regos. Daniel picking up Ace Jack O under the gun here. Off 51k, just 20 something bigs. 22 bigs. Raises the 5-5. They get folds from both Dennis and Chewy. Folds around to Chris in the big blind of Queen 10 with all the chips as well. We'll be putting in the call.
Even Captain Cook.
King 5 flop. Goes check, check very quickly there. But 10 on the turn. Does hit Chris's Queen 10 to take the lead. Also giving Daniel the gut shot. Chris checks. Daniel does now bet 5-5 by the looks of it. It is 5-5. Don't see Chris folding here for this bet.
He's the best. I don't know anyone that's
A 6 on the end.
couldn't play a day.
This is going to get checked down, and Chris is going to take another hand here. Up to 320,000 chips. And we do have someone else in the booth here with us. Catherine Young, welcome.
Hello, it is so good to be here. I'm enjoying my role as media, but time to commentate.
Why not, eh? Let's jump in the booth, and you've been here all day, been working flat out, so let's have a bit of a rest and talk some poker.
I'm excited. It is quite the amazing feature table, sorry.
I think every table in there is like this. Every table's amazing. Doesn't matter which table we've got on the stream, there's going to be fireworks, there's going to be notable players there. Every table is full of it.
Welcome to a 2.5K, I suppose.
Welcome to the Australian Poker Tour.
Yes.
All right, look at this table. You got Dennis
Here we
Huntley,
go.
Stephen Chewy, Troy McLean, McDurdy, Van Marcus, Aaron Sebastian, Chris Edgar, and Daniel Melville. Right.
Love to see Stephen Chu make his way out of the abyss and come and play some APT. He does wake up with pocket nines, so to raise that under the gun +1. Van does not get sticky with the 8-7 of spades.
Wouldn't mind seeing a call there from Van Marcus. With
Yeah,
the
I
suited
thought he was
connector.
going to. Yeah, the same here. Oh, well, we got a big blind wake up with A6 of spades, so he's going to defend.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gone all in. Well, how many chips did he have?
37,000 at 2.4,
Okay.
so only about 15 bigs.
Okay.
Is
And of
pretty
course, we get
standard.
the call. So it's not even a flip. It's 68% to 32. So
Yep. 7-3. Yeah.
7, 6, 10. Oh,
Does
ace.
turn
Oh,
two pair.
the ace.
Oh, River's the straight.
Oh, a straight on the river. What a run out. Talk about a run out. Love
Nice
to
first
see
hand
it.
for you in the booth here, Kathy.
Yeah, that went so fast I didn't even notice it. And then I'm like, yep, that is the straight.
Oh, the dealer notice, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Pulls that ace down to signify the other four.
Give him all the hope of staying in the tournament and getting a double up and then crush him right on the river as you do.
The poker gods, it can be cruel.
I love to see Troy and Dennis with a VP of 40%. It's beautiful.
Troy being a co-host on the Poker Pulse podcast with yourself.
Yes, that is true.
Where can we listen to that and watch that?
Poker Pulse podcast on YouTube mainly if you want to actually watch us. And then obviously you can also listen to us on Spotify and Apple Music. So
No, I listen to it on Spotify.
Oh, yeah?
I don't watch many podcasts. I listen to my podcast while I drive.
okay, fair.
So yeah, I've got Spotify in the car and I just click it on. It's in my saved podcast. I just click it on and let's go.
Stephen Chu waking up with all the cards, of course. Ace 10 under the gun. My God. I've only seen two hands and it's two good hands. And we get a raise, of course, to 4.8k. Troy lets go of the ace-6 of the hearts. Ben Marcus getting all those suited cards. That's hilarious. Oh, we got another ace-10.
This time, Chris lets it
Let's
go.
go. He was in position as well.
And with all the chips, but the early position raise from Dewey there.
It's quite strong, yeah, of
easily
course.
have ace-10 dominated.
Yeah.
Such a strong range.
What's Dennis going to do here in the big blind with 7-6 off? Of course, I think he's just going to defend.
Is it 7-6 off or is it 6-7 off?
Oh, that's why I avoided saying 6
Had to go. I had to say it once. Yeah,
All right,
this
here we
defends,
go.
obviously, yeah, fine. Oh, flopping 3 sevens.
7-3. Well played, Dennis. Well played. How's Stephen gonna lose minimal here?
Oh, here you are, Kathy on screen.
Hello. Let's watch his hand. Oh, Stephen's gonna put in a C bet.
Looks like he's bet
I mean, he does have 10 of clubs.
3.5-ish. Yeah, 3.5.
Mm-hmm. Is
That is
Dennis gonna
Dennis.
raise or just keep him in? There is a flush draw on the board though.
And he does have the backdoor clubs Silly
Yeah.
as well. Looks like that's a raise from Dennis.
Yeah?
It is the 8.5.
Okay.
The extra orange chip in there as well.
I mean, Stephen doesn't really have much to call with here. Don't really understand why you want to raise too often because you want to keep opponents in and keep them betting and keep them bluffing because
Yep.
you've woken up with trips here. But I guess he's trying to protect the flush draws from coming in. Oh,
Does get the
Stephen
call, though.
calls.
With 4%.
All right.
Let's say an ace of clubs.
Club. Oh, it's an 8. 7, 3, 8.
So Dennis only does have a lock on his hand if it goes to showdown.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's walking away from this. I think he's
Yeah.
going to put the bet in, and
I think-
Stephen's just going to have to let it go
Yeah,
now.
this hand's just over.
Yeah.
Just double checking it and yeah, puts it into
Goodbye. I think if a club came though, I think it would have been a little bit more interesting.
Yeah. So with this Poker Pulse podcast, you've had the opportunity to interview quite a few people. You've had a few guests on there. You've had the current Aussie Millions main event winner.
Yes, that was the last podcast that we did. That went off. That was
Malcolm
really good.
Trainer.
Yeah, Malcolm Trainer. And then right before that was just a casual Michael Mizraki chat. Like
The
you know,
grinder.
every day you just talk to huge people like Michael Mizraki.
Current World Series main event winner.
Yeah.
Current World Series Poker Players Championship winner.
And a Hall of Famer.
And the latest inductee into the World Series of Poker Hall of Fame.
Yes.
He's made that tournament his own, though, hasn't he? The Poker Players Championship, the 50K.
Yeah.
4 times he's won it.
Yes.
4
This was his
times.
fourth. Yep, that was correct. Fourth bracelet. Do we have any comments in the Facebook chat?
No, nothing new. So
Leave us some comments, guys. Happy
we do
to
have
chat with you.
Wildcard Poker in
Oh,
the
yeah?
YouTube chat, however.
I only watch Poker Pulse. Okay. Never mind.
We're going to ignore that comment.
Should have read through it.
Oh, hold on. We can actually keep reading a little bit.
Okay, no, very fair. I only watch poker polls so I can perv on Troy. Yes, don't we all? Don't we all?
This sounds like a poker pulse potty. Troy opening up twos under the gun.
Under the
It's
gun?
a little loose.
I mean, he did have the VP of the 40% we saw before, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just seeing just a straight up fold there under the gun with
Yeah,
twos.
let it go, Troy. But it is.
Although you can't 5-bet bluff unless you get the raise in first.
That is so true. Ace, ace, six. Well, he can rap a lot here because he's open on the gun. So this is kind of the perfect flop for him.
It does favour his range.
Yeah.
And this is going to get through.
With Stephen Chu, yeah, just lets it go immediately. Look at that.
I guess that's why
Cockatoos.
Troy's playing and we're not.
Yes, that's why I'm doing the media and I'm not touching the chips.
Did you see the fun player Troy was with yesterday? Kept bumping into him and talking to him. He's trying to play. He puts the headphones on, the hoodie on.
I have no idea what you're insinuating here. I have no idea what you might be talking about.
Maybe head over to APT Live and check out that latest video.
A good little video that just got a casual 8K views. Thank you, guys.
Speaking of views, there's a video that's up to 300,000 views from this week. Well done.
It was the most random video. I was just like, yep, this is cool. I like it. I thought it was funny, but I didn't think much of it. And somehow you guys all loved it. And it just blew up. And I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? But anyway, that was cool.
I'm there standing behind you with the phone on your shoulder
And
trying to
your
capture your whole
hands are now
cards.
famous.
My
so-
hand, yeah, hand model. This way.
Yeah. Alrighty. We are up to Dennis in the nope, he's voted. Alright. Oh!
Should we picking up a hand here in the
Dude,
small
he just
blind?
has all the hands. This is crazy.
Blind versus blind can open here and not get given credit for it.
Big time. I just would
And
love to know.
Troy's in the big as well.
Yes. Oh, this will be juicy. If Troy has anything here, he could go for... Yeah, it's going to go for an open.
Chewy does open here to
Just waiting. Oh,
8,400.
quite big here. And Troy's got the ace-6 in the...
He could have 3-bet there as well, Troy. Does elect a call.
But he did open quite large.
He did open large,
Yeah.
yes. Blind versus blind, you do not tend to go
Queen.
higher as well, though.
3-3.
Good flop for Chewy here with jacks.
Yeah.
Not a lot of queens Troy should have here.
You
Just
can have a
flatting.
3 though, quite easily.
He can have a 3.
Ace 3,
Ace 3,
king
yeah.
3 suited.
100% he could, yes.
Puts a bet in. I think it was just 5K.
Troy can peel one here as well.
Oh, 4.5.
Very small bet. Could see Troy flicking in the call. He does elect a call.
Probably doesn't believe him at this point. I mean,
Ace
it
high
is-
can be good on his
yeah,
flop a lot of the time
definitely.
as well.
10 on the turn. Still quite a rainbow board here.
Chewy could be opening a lot of like King X and stuff like that from the small blind, so Jack X. Like your Jack 10s and your King 10s, King Jacks.
Oh, here we go. Oh, did Steven just check it? Yeah.
He has checked.
Maybe he's letting Troy hang on.
Oh,
to- no,
Troy gets there on the river.
Oh, I don't know if I like to check on the turn.
Yeah, I don't know. I think putting in one more bet, and then you can always check river
Yeah.
and evaluate if you do find the call on the turn. But this could go check, and Troy just take it down. The queen does play if...
No, I knew Troy would go for a bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just too much value.
Does chop with every ace except ace king and ace queen and ace 10. But ace jack, ace 9, ace 8, ace 7 all chop.
And Stephen could call here with a queen if Troy's thinking that that's what he's been betting with the whole time.
Troy going for half pot as well.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't
for a
think-
big portion of Chewy stack as well. He'd be
You
left
don't
with
think he's
50K.
going to make the call, do you?
I don't think so. I think he's just going to let it go and find a better spot. It would leave him with 20 bigs if he calls. Troy did call flop.
And I mean, there must have been a reason he checked on the turn. He must have thought that Troy must. Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
He shoved.
Did he just go all in?
He's just shoved. This could work.
Troy, surely. Oh my goodness. I mean, he does block a straight, Stephen. So
He does.
he knows that it's very unlikely that Troy's got a straight here. He could just he's also going to bet out any queen. Like queens will not be able to call this. Really, there's not many hands that can call except for
does
maybe an
call.
ace-6. Yeah, that's what I thought could call.
I think with the queen being out there as well, like you're chopping ace-jack, you're chopping ace-9. Does call and win. And Troy's up to 212,000, up to 2 starting stacks. That is a huge pot. Wow. And we do see Chewy eliminated.
From the Goliath.
Registration is open with re-entries. Could be jumping back in.
Of course, until 3:40 tomorrow. Got piles of time.
2 levels.
Yes.
2 levels tomorrow.
And don't forget, we are coming back later than the schedule says. It was now 2 o'clock, not 1 o'clock. Just a reminder once again.
We are going later tonight due to a later start this afternoon.
Yeah.
Hence the reason we've pushed back tomorrow's start time.
Yeah.
So how have you found doing media for the APT?
Oh my goodness. I'm actually kind of lacking words because I don't want to just keep saying, oh my God, it's so good, because I've honestly found my passion, my love. It's the best job in the entire world. I'm really getting into the flow of it, and the comments that I've been getting, the amazing feedback I've been getting has just made me feel even better. And I'm like, okay, I must be doing something right here. I'm really loving this. So yeah, thank you for asking. It's been really good. And I mean, thank you so much for joining me this time.
No
You've been a
worries.
massive help, and we've been able to create some really fun content because of it. I feel like that's even just amplified what I've been able to do. And yeah, it's been great.
I noticed on the first day you've come up and you've like, I've got this idea, I've got this idea. You had a list of 20
Yep.
ideas.
Still got some to tick off, but yeah, I'd rather get out quality content rather than just mass produce 50 videos a day. Just don't see a point in that. I'd rather just do better. Yeah, quality over quantity is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Today's video with Nathaniel and Lachlan as well. So funny.
Oh, thank you. Just 10 seconds of pure joy on their faces. That was fun to film.
My favourite part of the whole one is the very last clip with Crilly, the face he pulls.
I had to direct that. I was because I knew Crilly had those kind of facials in poker. If you guys have ever watched Crilly play poker, he's always got that cheeky little smirk. He's always got I don't know, he just does some great faces. And so when I saw him, I'm like, this is it. This is how I could direct this. So Crilly with the amazing facial expression. Shout out to you.
Yeah, I was watching you record them, that last scene, and just the laughter between the two of them.
They're great
However
fun.
many takes it took to get it, would have been worth it just for the experience of them just interacting.
They had to lock in. They were laughing through the whole thing. I was like, guys, let's go. Just lock in. Oh, we got Chris waking up with King, Queen in the hijack. And I've got,
Dennis with Kings.
Dennis with Kings.
And I don't know if you noticed what I just noticed, but it looked like really taking a seat at this table.
C1 raises to 20.
Looked like Steve really just took a seat, maybe seat 3. Looked like he was joining a table, which is, for people who were with us before the break, saw what he's capable of, some of the hands he was playing.
We got a 3-bet from Dennis, of course, with the... Oh, my God, how many hands are we getting in this?
Ace-Queen from the big
This
blind.
is a setup of a hand. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure Josh...
I think Josh can get away from this, though.
Do you think he can't just flat, right?
I don't think Dennis 3-bets light very often. So this is always going to be, in my mind, with Dennis, Ace-King plus and maybe Jacks plus. He does get away.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I think that's
fold,
player dependent
and
there.
And Chris just, of course, Chris just folds. I think if Chris wasn't in the hand and it was just the ace queen versus the king, and there wasn't any other person in the hand, I think he can possibly elect to make a move there. But he had someone in between, so he had to get rid of that ace queen, sadly. Probably not sadly, actually.
Yeah.
No ace is coming.
Ace always comes with the king, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're magnets. I don't like to think about that anymore. Otherwise, I'll be negative all the time. Not much left of play today. We are bagging around 120, I believe. So
So we've got about 40 minutes.
another level, yeah.
Dennis picking up ace 9 now, +1. We are at 33 players. We have hit the guarantee. So now we're just going to soar past it.
Ah, there's Stephen that you were talking about. There we go.
Yeah, I thought I saw him in the camera taking a
Does
seat there.
like to make the call with 4s.
Not wasting a minute. Straight in there.
Straight in with the pocket 4s. Josh Ford? Oh, no, he folded. Never mind. Aaron is going to call with
Yep.
the 7-8. I love it in the big blind. Let's go.
On the big line, no issue there. As a reminder, late rego is open for 2 levels tomorrow. Lots of time to get into this tournament. Sit back, watch these players, watch their tendencies, jump in, exploit them.
We got a 2 King 6 flop.
Let's check to Stephen here.
And even Dennis checks. Yeah. I thought Dennis might put in a little bit of a c-bet, trying to rep that king, but I suppose not. Is Stephen going to make the play with 4s? He does. He bets 7.
Nice. And this is going to work a lot
I
of the time.
know.
That's what I said last hand about Dennis when he 3-bet that last hand with kings. He's not 3-betting light. For him not to c-bet there is saying I've got ace high and
Yeah.
really taking advantage of that.
Definitely is playing a little bit too passively there.
Which is how the ace queen can fold so
Yeah.
easily the hand before.
Yeah.
Just exploiting Dennis there and finding that fold quite easily.
Catherine, I'll take 6.
All right, we got Dennis again under the gun with Queen 10, and he's opening with that as well. I think. I believe he's
Hasn't
going
put
to.
chips
Yep.
in yet, and there he has. Is that a limp? He's just limped
Oh.
under the gun.
You
I
know,
do not like it.
But no, for some reason, people actually get scared of it and they go, are they trying to make a play here? Maybe not Dennis. Maybe if it was a different player, they'd probably go,
100%.
what's going on here? But I think they're just
Yeah.
thinking, all right, Dennis is just limped. There we go. There's the raise with the ace jack. This
And
makes
big as
sense.
well.
Yeah.
Massive. With that limp, he's gone very big with this raise.
I think maybe he has figured out a few things about Dennis. Maybe he thinks it's a bit weak and he can get a lot of hands to fold.
Which is going back from that 2 hands ago when Dennis is putting in chips. He's got the strong hand and he's raising. Dennis is going to let this go. You can see he's not going to play around like this, then call and
Yeah.
he's given away so much information with his body language there, hasn't he?
Definitely.
Adam Lutley in the chat here on Facebook
Hey.
says Greeley is pure entertainment.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know how we got so lucky for him to join back to this table.
But here we go. Let's see what he produces. Chris is our chip leader of the table, with Troy just behind. I'm going to do one more hand with you.
Okay,
And
no
then I'm
worries.
going to give it over to a very special guest who is joining you again. So,
We'll leave that for a surprise.
yeah.
I'll let you talk us through this hand and
Yep.
give us your thoughts. Might be the quick one by the looks of it.
Surely Josh is not going to... He is. All right, let's go. Let's go, Josh. Folds the ace queen before. Opens with 9-8 suited. I love it. Let's go. Raise. Oh, he flats. He limps. We got the limping table. All right. We got a limp.
Bit of small ball poker here.
Alrighty. Is Dennis just going to flat as well in the big one? He's just going to check. Yeah,
it.
sorry, check,
Yep.
yeah. Checks. All right, we got all the clubs. It'll be spicy if a club draw comes. Oh, to a flop of 10-4-4.
Both players missed. You'd expect us to go check, bet, fold a lot of the time. Or even check and go to a turn, both of the backdoor flush draws.
Do believe the turns come out and Dennis has made a bet. Be interesting to see what the turn is.
It is a 3 by the
Three.
looks of it.
Is it a 3 or a 5? It looks.
A
It's a 5. It's a 5. So Dennis hit, bet, and then folded. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. As we predicted. Well, thank you for this amazing opportunity to commentate. Don't get to do this very often.
Just before you leave us,
Yeah.
Poker Pod, where do we find it again?
Poker Pulse Podcast. You are seeing that on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. Now, this next amazing guest is the talk the town. He can talk your ear off, and he's going to, because we need that in a commentator. It is the one, it is the only Damiano. Goodbye, guys.
Good to be back in the booth with you, Graham. How are we?
Welcome back. This is either you've bagged or you've busted.
We did bag.
Nice. Stack.
96,000.
Coming back to...
Look, on the website it says 3-6, but with all the posts that APT's done, it says that we're replaying 2-4. So,
Okay.
yeah.
It's one or the other.
We're trying to work it out at the table, and we looked at the last post, and at 3-6, the stacks don't make sense with the big lines they posted, but it makes sense if they're replaying 2-4. So,
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't make too much sense that it'll go from 2-4 straight to 3-6 on day 2. So it sounds like they're replaying 2-4, so it gives us some playability, which is quite nice.
Good.
Yeah, seems like we've got a pretty fun table too. I mean,
Greeley's back.
Yes, Greeley is back. Unfortunately, Greeley did bust on an outside table and did rebuy, but managed to get the stream table again, which is great. Would have been nice to witness what happened with Greeley. We've obviously got some notable names here. We've got Troy. Obviously, everyone knows 5-bet bluff. Nice to see him actually have a stack and not getting 2 outed or 3 outed. I watched the brutal one the other day, unfortunately. I was a witness to it. We got Aaron, who's in his hand out of the cover off here with the King 4 suited. He's played a little bit with Greeley. And, Aaron's obviously battled quite a fair bit. A bit of a cash game reg down here in South Australia. Also knows what he's doing in his tournaments. Aaron is definitely one of the local regs. We've got Chris Edgar, who's arguably one of the best SA regs around and one of the better regs in Australia, I would say. And does play in that, I say mid to high stakes, but not high stakes for Australia, but mid to high stakes if you're looking worldwide, that 1.5 upward bracket to about 10, 20K. Yep. Also got Van Marcus, that doesn't need any introduction, does Van. So we've got a pretty nice table here, and be nice to take us home to the end of the day. But yeah, as you can see, Josh Ford's just bought in as well, so your starting stack at the moment is worth 42K. And I think we've got a level to go, roughly, or just
I think
over.
we worked out 20 past 1's bag.
Yep.
So with the delay, we're looking at another half hour or so.
Yeah, correct. We've also got Dennis Huntley as well at the table. Very notable player. Has been around the trap quite a fair bit as Dennis Huntley, and one of the great faces to see around the Australian poker scene. So always good to see Dennis. I think Dennis has got over 500K on Hendon Mob as well, so knows his way around. So we've got a pretty interesting and tough table is what I would say. You've got the Greeley factor. You've got a few guys with some great Hendon Mobs. And Josh Forge is definitely someone that likes to mix it up and plays that little bit of a weird style of poker, which is great for the viewing.
Yeah, Dennis Huntley with almost 800,000 US dollars.
Yeah.
On his Hendon Mob.
There you go. I knew it was upwards of 500. So, yeah, approaching the 800,000 mark with a cash in this, he probably gets there. So, good luck to Dennis. And, good to see him always around. And one of the great faces, always shakes your hand and says g'day. So, good on Dennis.
Dennis has actually final table of the Aussie Millions main event as well.
There you go. What year?
2007, he finished 9th for $155,000.
Nice.
So just after the poker boom, Joe Hasham winning the main event.
Great time. Probably the final table of the main, right at the peak of probably its powers. I would say the Aussie Millions back then.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was a fairly stacked final table.
Gus Hansen won it in 07.
He did. Jimmy Fricky second.
Yep.
Hansen for 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Dennis Huntley raising from the button with 2s as well. Really, you'd think would defend here with the Queen 5 suited premium for him.
Yes, correct. Greeley will enjoy it. I actually ran into him on the players' break, which was a bit ago, and he was quite happy that he got the stream table and knew he was probably getting ribbed on a little bit, but all in gist.
Troy McLean, with the big blind here of Ace King suited. It will be 3-betting here.
Correct. Troy is going to pick a free bet here. Dennis can go either way here with whatever he wants to do, really. Knowing Greeley like we do, we could still see 3 cards here on this flop.
You know what we could see here as well? We could see a 5-bet from Troy. With 5-bet bluff, actually 5-betting for value.
Yeah.
If Greeley decides to back raise here with the warm 4.
Don't think it's going to happen, but I think Greeley is going to call.
He does.
And look, typical Greeley, it's premium for him. Love the guy. And be interesting to see how we go. That's as good as a flop as it's going to be for Troy. Now, I don't know if Troy's played enough here at Greeley to recognise how wide that range is, and maybe that he should.
Does bet small, 5.5 into 35.
He's done very well here.
1/7 of the pot.
And Greeley with backdoor draws for days is going to find a call.
Does turn a pair.
Here we go. Max value may be coming here for Troy. We'll find out. Well, it goes check, and now there's a straight on board.
Yes, Troy does have that straight.
Knowing Greeley and how Greeley plays, he's going to lead really small here when he has like middling value. It'll be interesting to see if he does play check or if he does.
He has checked.
Okay, we saw him lead earlier on stream. Wonder what Troy's thinking about doing here. Oh no, Greeley. I was going to say, I didn't think that, I did think he checked, but it looked like he was reaching for chips. Maybe just ask for a count.
16,000 into 46, I think it
And
was.
Greeley with a very quick call. And Troy's going to take down this one here for about a 40k pot.
Puts him as a 257,000. Absolute piles at this stage of the tournament. Second on chips on the table.
Yeah, Chris Egger also with piles, 3-time starting stack, so pretty good for both of them. Which is not too bad. If you're watching over on the Facebook Live, say g'day. Let us know how your night is going and if everything is coming through nice and smoothly.
I've won 3 times in that one hand. in the one game. For one hand.
And Motley with Greeley is pure entertainment. He is. He is great for the game of poker. And good to have him on the live stream.
So other than cricket, Damo,
Yep.
what's your favourite sporting memory?
It's a good question, actually. Favourite sporting memory other than cricket? I've immediately drawn...
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No. I'm immediately drawn to when Liverpool won the Premier League not too long ago, a few years ago. Broke out a big drought. I was at the Archibald with some friends and massive Liverpool supporters, and a few tears were shed. That was a good, nice moment. I think if I take out the emotional side and the greatest sporting moment that I've witnessed, probably going to go another football / soccer, whichever way you want to go. Recent World Cup, I would say. For this World Cup 4 years ago, France and Argentina, great final. Yeah, and a very underrated moment was I'm a goalkeeper coach by trade. Emi Martinez's save in the 121st minute. I think that just encapsulates what is a great sporting moment for me. Now I've got so many others flooding too. But yeah, that's off the top of my head without looking into it too much.
Yeah. Fair enough.
What about yourself?
Mine's out of left field, actually. Most people might not have heard of him. Michael Diamond.
Olympic athlete, trap shooter.
He is.
Now, I've got a story about Michael Diamond, but you go first.
So, grade 5
Yep.
at school.
Yep.
Year 2000.
Yep.
Sydney Olympics.
Yep.
We had to write a letter
Okay.
to an Olympian.
Nice.
I chose Michael Diamond. He went on to win gold
I know he did.
at the Sydney Olympics.
I know he did.
Yeah, so that's my favourite sporting moment. Wrote him a letter, wishing him good luck for the Olympics.
And he won
and
gold.
he goes on, wins gold. I'm taking all credit for his gold medal.
Now, I don't know Michael Diamond, the person, but I know Michael Diamond, the sportsman. And you might be thinking, how do you know Michael Diamond? So my old man is a trap shooter, and he obviously shoots trap. And my old man, back in the day, shot a double A grade trap, which obviously Michael Diamond would have shot double A grade trap, which is above A grade. Michael Diamond got taken to a playoff to make the Olympic team in 1999 in Wagga Wagga. If you go and have a look, the other person there was my old man. Lost the shootout to make the Olympic team.
You can't make that up, can you?
Yeah, nah, I don't know how you've gone Michael Diamond, but my old man did lose a shootout to make the Olympic team with Michael Diamond back then in 99.
Yeah, unbelievable. You cannot make that up. I did not know that either.
Yeah. So yeah, they had a shoot Wagga Wagga, and unfortunately my old man lost in a shoot-off. And that was that, didn't make the Olympic team. Another little piece of shooting history now that we're here. My nonno back in 84, I think it was, before they had funding for shooting, made the Australian Olympic team as he became an Australian citizen from being an Italian citizen here, but couldn't go because he couldn't get funded. So yeah, there's a bit of trap shooting in the blood in my end, but there you go. Random piece of fact about Michael Diamond, and
Yeah, there you go, eh?
that is actually quite uncanny. Anyway, we've got Chris Edgar, who I think has folded UTG, which King 9 is definitely a fold UTG. Interesting to see how Dennis plays the 7-5 suited here. We are deep
Just
enough.
limping. +1 here.
We've got a very limpy sort of table, as I think Troy's just playing out the black's not moving by the looks of this, so. Decides to fold the 8-6 suited here, which is probably prudent, and we'll see how we go.
Peter Sinclair. Go easy on Greeley, we need the Wales.
All love for Greeley here. I quite like Greeley as a person, so a lot of love for Greeley coming from my end for sure. And great for the game, and we can't. And again, it's not coming from a place of not going easy. It's just nice to see a brand that is a bit different than the norm.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
sometimes it wins. That's an outrageous flop. 4-6 deuce, and I think we got some free deuce, some ace free, and some 7-5. It was a linked pot pre, and everyone has a slice.
If I said to you, pull 3 cards out of a deck to make it interesting, they're probably the 3 you're pulling out.
Yeah, well, like free deuce has backdoors plus a pair. 7-5 is open-ended plus backdoors. And if you're sitting here with ace free O and you limp small blind, you're probably pretty happy with this flop too, because you think, oh yeah, 5 rolls off, I'm pretty happy. So very interesting indeed. We have a lead from Aaron. Big one does a lot of leading here. Dennis obviously going to call here with his open ender.
Dennis Huntley with the number 3 and deuce to 7.
Yep.
Throwing a bit of mixed games in there.
Nothing wrong with that. Deuce 6, 4, 7, 5. Quite nice. Josh probably makes a very good fold here and just gets rid of the ace 3-0.
Aaron in the lead at the moment with the pair of 2s.
It's a bad card for Aaron's range, and he does decide to check here. Dennis is going to have a lot more of the king high floats and these high
with the
cards. Yeah. But as played, it's just going to go check, check. Be interesting to see what this river is.
Ruling out all kings now from Dennis's range now. Would that check back?
Probably, yeah. I would say that's fair. This 7 could go check, check, which I think this will, and Dennis would probably just check back a 7. Maybe he goes for some fin value, but obviously a nice river, and he will. Good find here from Dennis.
This one will just get through anyway. Aaron will probably just find the fold. With just the 2, doesn't beat a lot.
The only thing I would say is because the tournament check, Aaron will probably go, well, there's not as much king X, but we'll find fold. So
Yeah.
I think anything that bets that river's probably got the deuce beat. So, and Dennis does show the table, the 7-5 suited limp. So one for the memory banks.
Like I was saying earlier, I think Dennis probably underbluffs a lot.
Yeah.
So when he is putting those chips in, you can pretty much narrow him down to value a lot of the time. And all value there was beating the 2, so you just put it in the mark.
Correct, Amundo, I think. I think that's very well read. And good discipline fold there from Aaron. You can definitely be caught in those small pots, probably just overcalling a little bit. But yeah, and I definitely agree with Adam Lutley's statement there. Really, he's just a great character for the game. I would 100% agree with that. I think a lot of these guys at this table are great for the game.
Yep.
You know, you got Aaron, that's quite a loud personality. Dennis has been there, done it all, loves a chat. Troy's obviously quite big in the community for his Instagram and Poker Pulse podcast. Van's Van, doesn't need introduction. But even Aaron can get quite talkative at the table as well when he's in the right mood. So, yeah.
Damiano, are the Crows now done for the year? Thoughts from Adam Lutley?
Not just yet. We're not done for the year. It'd be interesting to see how long Rankin's out for with this hamstring that looked like it went in the game, but it didn't look serious. I think we're a much better team, and he's playing solely midfield minutes, which we were. Actually wrote this game off as a loss pre-game and actually quite happy with our fight. So what I would say is I don't think we're done for the year. Do I think we're winning it this year? No. I've been very vocal that I don't think we can win a flag under Nix because I don't think he plays the right brand of football. I think we need a bit more of an aggressive coach that focuses more around clearances. However, would I say that our season's done? Definitely not. We're still going to probably finish in the top 10. I wish it was still top 8, but another story. But yeah, I still think we finished top 10.
Yeah, those two extra spots for the playoffs now, they'd be crucial.
Yeah, I just think we're the sort of side that no team would like to play come finals, because if we rock up and play our best football, like that second quarter against North Melbourne, yes, it's North Melbourne. I don't think any team would like to play with that or cope with that. I'm also say that I think Phil Fort's been underdone for pretty much this whole season. So, yeah, I think the Crows are okay. Don't expect anything major from them, but they're not done.
We go back to the poker here. We've got Aaron raising on the button for 6K and Chris waking up with jacks on the small blind. We'll be 3-betting this.
Unlucky for Aaron. It's pretty standard open here, Jack 5 suited. You open a lot of like your Jack X suited stuff here, and this is just going to get through. I don't think Aaron's going to be defending here versus the free bet, and this will just hand will be over, and it is. Chris Hager just accumulating chips as he so often does in a lot of these 2Ks.
What sort of hands would you like to see Aaron and 4-bet bluff from the button there?
The Ace 5 suited is a 4-bet bluff. I like the Will Ace X suited. You take away, obviously, you block some Ace X combos, which is not too bad from the button. They're your main ones that you would be 4-betting.
So your Ace Wills.
Yeah, correct. Those are the main ones that he probably looks to 4-bet. So if that was Ace 5 of clubs, probably could see a 4-bet from Aaron as well. We are quite deep between the two players, so could do a lot of flooding from the button as well versus free bet and just take position as well. But definitely if they were slightly shallower, could see some 4-bets and some applying some pressure here. But not the case with that particular holding. Josh Forge here opening up Ace Queen to 6,000. Has gone that slightly larger size.
Yeah, 2.5 times the blind.
Yep, which is nothing wrong. They're deep enough where 2.5 is perfectly reasonable, so that's not too bad.
Just coming with a 3-bet here from the button with Ace 10-0.
Yep. It'll be interesting how Josh plays this. Greeley...
Does he get out of the line here?
Greeley may find a flat here. And then...
Is it a squeeze, 4-bet squeeze?
I don't think he 4-bet squeezes, but I think he finds flat. And I think if you're Josh now and you got Greeley flatting, you probably just want to now ram it in and just take all this dead money. And if you run into an actual free bet on the button like we saw with Ross with the Queens earlier in the commentary, in our first session, then so be it. But I think this is now not a bad spot here for Josh probably to put some chips in. Doesn't look like Greeley has done anything. He's actually counting out chips. So
there could be a 4-bet coming then.
Maybe. It also could be that Greeley's counting out what a call would be and how much it would leave him back. And I think that's what's just happened.
Looked like lip reading, he said call.
Yeah. We obviously do not have the table talk guys here in the booth, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's called.
And I think if you're Josh here, like, we've got 86k behind. You don't want to go multi-way with this hand. And I think he's just going to...
Just put it in, you reckon?
Yeah, put it in. You could click, but I think it does better as a whack here. You're basically turning Ace Queen O into a bluff here, but yeah, I think this is...
Just flats.
Yeah, this now allows Greeley with his very wide range to get in and allows Chris to play in position against you. And I think you got one of the best players in Australia on the button against you, and you got a very wide range of Greeley. Because now it's hard to win this hand multi-way, especially when you get this sort of flop.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
This could very easily check through.
Yes, it definitely could. I think Edgar with the ace of diamonds and knowing he's going to have some bluff potential on another diamond, etc., is probably going to find still C-bet in position, and he does. He also knows Greeley's going to be very wide, so you can take that dead money. Which I think is what happened here. I think Greeley has found a fold. Now if you're Josh, you're just in this murky position, which by 4-betting pre, you would have eliminated. I still think on this flop texture, you probably do play some floats here with ace high, especially with a diamond in your hand, but be interesting to see what Josh decides to do in game. And there we go. There's one for Chris and the aggression. And that's why aggression wins in poker.
Picks up more chips. 360,000 he's up to now.
Yep, correct, Mundo. I think that's the other thing there that Chris also very good at is recognising patterns of play, etc. And I think I know what Adam is trying to get at, and he just made the comment there about Greeley's range. Yeah, it probably hits a Greeley's calling range more than your typical calling range, and I think Chris just is in that mind frame, and being an absolute crusher that is, he's probably in the flow of the game and knows that if his C-bet gets called here, unless he turns additional equity on the turn, he's probably just shutting down. Because usually, if Greeley does find a pair there, he's probably calling a street. And Chris knows exactly where he is. When he gets a fold, it's probably... C-bet works perfect, so, yeah.
We have just done a race off, so blinds will be going up, getting rid of the hundreds out of play.
So I think we're up to 15.5 free, and this will be our last level of the day.
40 minutes to go.
That is correct. 40 minutes of poker, and then off to the bedroom.
Tomorrow we will be restarting this tournament at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
Late Rego 3:40.
That is correct.
The stream will be going live at 3:40, so add your half an hour delay.
Yep.
So we're looking at 4:10 back on the stream.
So yeah, the first 2 hours of play is not going to be on stream.
Will not be.
Yep. So
First-
from late Rego.
End of Late Rego will be starting the stream.
Yep.
So about 4:10 Adelaide time.
Yep.
We will be live on YouTube and Facebook.
Yep.
You will not be joining me because you will be in the tournament
I will be, and hopefully.
running up a stack.
Hopefully. But I will say, now that I've bagged both the mid stakes and the main today, if it does go wrong, I'll probably end up back in the booth.
You do have one positive on your side.
Yep.
The booth run good. You're in the booth. Now all of a sudden you got a bag in the main.
Yes, correct.
So the booth run good's alive and well at the moment.
Yeah, and it was, again, I was having this conversation with my partner, Candace. She's definitely in bed by now, so she's not going to hear this. But in my other opportunities to try and find a bag in both the main and the mid stakes, I played from early on. And again, it comes back to the conversation about Max Late Retro. Max Late Retro both, found a bag in both. Are those bags big? No, but they put you in the field and close to the money. So
You don't win the tournament on day one in a multi-flight tournament.
No, you
so
do not,
You need to
so-
be on day two.
correct. So hopefully we just continue to go well. Anyhow. Well, Greeley's open ripped here. And everyone's folded. I think Greeley's lost flop top 10 and just decided to jam.
Three instead. You would have been unlucky if I had a two. I would have called.
Sorry for the excess noise, guys. We are obviously out in the open here in the foyer. So you might get some external noise here and there. Got another question here from Adam Watley in stream. Good to see you, Adam, by the way, playing this series. Always good.
Adam does say, can we talk about an overall strategy of a stack with 120 plus big blinds versus a 50 big blind stack? Interested in this discussion. Well, I personally don't play much with 50 big blinds or 120 big blinds because we've always got 20 big bets or 15 big bets.
Yes, correct.
So,
Playing for a mixed game background, sure.
I'm going to direct this one straight to you, Damo.
Yep. Before we do, interesting decision here for Troy. He knows that Greeley's quite wide and has open button, and he's got fives here. I think if Greeley was shorter, Troy would just probably look to, well, Van's got a fair amount of chips, but look to rip. Said he's just found a call here.
What do you think it is sizing here by Greeley? It's fairly large.
It's a crazily large size, so it'd be interesting to see what happens here. I think Troy's basically just praying that this flop does not come as it has.
Yeah.
And I think Greeley's now just going to protect his hand here. Left 30k back, so yeah, very interesting size from Greeley. But look, hey, it worked. It got a call, and there you are. we'll get to your question in a second there, Adam, as I do think Troy's just going to find fold, and Greeley does have the A6 suited, and so is the table. And Greeley accumulating some chips there. I think Troy knows if he finds a 5, and it's fairly exploitative as a call, that he knows if he finds a 5 here against Greeley, he's probably just getting all of it.
Yeah.
So probably just calling it a little bit wider. Leads into our conversation here of 120 bigs plus 50 bigs. The deeper you are, so 120 bigs plus, the value range that you need to stack off with becomes very narrow. So I'm going to also relate this back to like 20 bigs. Off 20 bigs, you're looking to make strong top pairs. So, you know, some king jack, queen jack, sort of, you know, can make top pair, right? And it's easy to get those all in because stack is quite shallow compared to SPR, etc.
Yep.
Right.
SPR standing for
SPR pot ratio.
stack to pot.
Stack to pot ratio. There we go. I went blank there for a second. It is a late night.
Just in case anyone's listening and just
Doesn't
unsure.
know. Yes, correct. Where you're playing deeper, so 120 bigs plus, you can't get those top pairs in, right? And if you're trying to get those top pairs in, the things that are going to get in with you are going to be very nutted. So you're going to get in against straights, flushes, etc. So that's where at 120 plus bigs, you're looking to play hands that can make more nut ranges.
Sorry to cut you off for a moment. We do have Greeley here raising to 6.5. 3-bet from Troy to 17. Now Van Marcus from the small blind picking up ace jack.
I think Van's going to find 4-bet here. I think both Troy and Van know what's going on here with Greeley. And Greeley's just trying to build a stack or, you know, obviously end his night. And I think Troy is pouncing on this, trying to, again, exploit it flat with the 5s, knowing that if he hits a 5, he probably gets all of it.
Van Marcus letting it go.
Wow.
Now Josh with 5s in the big. Could we see Josh here 4-betting, knowing what's going on as well?
No, I don't think he could with 5s. I think if he was shorter, he could jam 5s, but I don't think we're at that awkward step there. But this is probably just going to be a fold, which looks like he's going to find. Interesting to see what Greeley does here now.
Three calls. Heads up. Three checks. 4-bet 7,500. Yep. Three folds.
No set, no bet.
Perfect. There we go. We'll go back to the discussion. So again, Adam, when you go off 120 bigs plus, and like I'm not as studied off 100 plus bigs as definitely some of the cash game regs in the field, etc. But yeah, I just know that you don't want to be overvaluing these really strong one pair hands that off sub 20 would be fine. 50 plays kind of in between. It's still quite easy to get 50 bigs in by the river. And that's the thing. Is like, how do you get the pot to be SPR of less than 1 by the river? At 50, you can play some check raises and stuff. So it kind of, that value range kind of goes towards more of those top pairs. But you're still looking at 120 big blinds plus, having a very, you know, a value range that contains a lot more nutted than not. Dennis here opening to 11k with the pocket 6s. And Greeley choosing not to 3-bet this time, but flat king queen suited. Interesting. I thought this one would have been a 3-bet from what we've seen Greeley in his opens and etc. But Greeley, as I said, I think in session 1 doesn't 3-bet a lot.
Off this stack depth though, if he 3-bets, he's committing most of his stack.
Yeah, we can still find a small 3-bet and fold. You could also just open jam this too, right? What do we got here? Yeah, we got
bigs.
Pardon?
30 bigs.
Yeah, so
roughly.
probably can click it to 6 bigs here and then just, you know, play post. But
It is a big race from Denisol as well.
yes, it is. But here we go, and we got 7-3-6, 7 ace 3. There's pocket 6s.
I think
And
Dennis would rather that 6 on the flop.
yep, I think he would. This is gonna go check, check, check. I would imagine, and it does.
Yeah.
Good turn for Mr. Greeley.
Must be nice. Josh does pick up a gut shot as well, though.
Yeah, he
Gut
does.
shot to the nuts.
Again, not the small blind here versus a large raise size on a flat. Queen 10. Oh, probably doesn't do particularly well, but he's going to fire here for a very small size of 6K.
He can rep the ace here as well, being from the small blind.
Yeah, definitely could.
Can always check and flow to Dennis's raise. Once
Yep.
Dennis checks back now, lead turn, repping the ace.
Could do too. Be interesting to see how both these guys navigate. Dennis is going to find cool here, just going to keep Josh honest and knows that Josh might have a few of these holdings, which exactly he does. So Dennis quite in tune here. Obviously, if you're Greeley, you're not folding now. And it looks like he is going to call. No, it's a
he's
raise.
raised.
Oh, he's found one of his funky raises.
And what a time to do it as well. Neither player having the ace. Josh will probably just bin this, and so will Dennis. This is gonna get through.
This is really nice from Greeley. And has just 100%. I think he's raising here, so if it gets called, it'll go check because he's checking to the razor, and then he just gets to check back a king. So I actually don't mind this. I think this is actually very well done here from Greeley, and I think Dennis just has
Can
to
Dennis
fold.
sniff it out?
He just has to fold.
Not being the ace. I mean, sniffing out not being the ace, and then can now rep the delayed. But no,
I don't think he can.
no, not now.
You can tell from his mannerisms. This is
Yeah.
one's going in there, unfortunately. I know that he knows that Greeley can be quite wide, but yeah, Greeley's just going to take this one down. Great turn for Greeley.
Just too good.
Yeah, correct. If you've got any other questions, though, chat, feel free to get them in the YouTube chat or the thing.
We are live on APT Live on Facebook and the Australian Poker Tour on YouTube. Play does recommence later tomorrow from 1 o'clock till now 2 o'clock. Has been pushed back an hour due to a late start today to give players that extra break. So it restarts at 2 o'clock now. Late reg at 3:40.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. That gives me a little bit more time in my morning, which is good. Dennis Huntley here, Kings UTG. For a second, I thought he was mucking, but obviously not. And Dennis is going to open this one up.
Yeah, so Adam with the question on Facebook. SPR is certainly a concept worth discussing. For example, can you talk about what an SPR of 5 is and why it's important to understand? So SPR stands for stack to pot ratio.
Correct.
It is how big your stack is in relation to the pot.
Greeley has got 8s here. We'll get to that in a second. I think he's going to play flat, not free bet, knowing Greeley, and he has just flatted. Now, Troy's in a difficult spot because he knows that Greeley is super wide, so he's going to be incentivized to free bet. Luckily for Troy, he's slightly earlier position than he was before, so he might choose to bin it with so many people behind, and he has. That's the thing about the wild card with Greeley, and you know, you want to free bet, you want to play pots with him, you want to isolate him, but people can also still have hands, and here we are. This is probably what Dennis Huntley's been waiting for. Now he really, really wants to see a low board.
What a time, though, not to 3-bet.
Yeah, good selection from Troy.
I meant, sorry, more Greeley, not to 3-bet the 8s here.
Yeah, correct. Oh, we do get that low board.
Wow.
Okay.
This could be a pot builder here.
Look, I haven't watched any action from this FT. Oh, this feature table, which still stands for
Still
FT.
FT, yep.
Still FT. Knowing what I know of Greeley, he might just pop it in. He doesn't. He just decides to flat.
So he's 40 big blinds behind.
Wow, what a turn. Oh, my.
That is a bad turn card for Greeley, though, because the ace does now have the straight, but so does bad card for Dennis as well, essentially.
And they've gone check. And it's gone check again. I was wondering if we were going to get our funky little Greeley lead of little small bet and what Dennis would do, but it just goes check, and Greeley's going to lose that one to the Pocket Kings. But yeah, back to what you were saying with the SPR 5.
Yeah, so SPR 5 essentially means if you were to shove the river, for
Yep.
example, you're betting 5 times the pot.
Correct.
You want to, if you are planning on shoving river,
Yep.
you want it to be around that SPR 1-ish. If you set up your turn bet So you've got to be around that SPR1.
Yes,
You don't
correct.
want to be going around that 0.2, 0.3 because people are going to be calling a lot wider now all of a sudden because
Yep.
they're getting such a good price to call.
Yeah, correct. Greeley now picking up another pocket pair, pocket 9s UTG. And that's why 120 bigs plays different to 50 big blinds and why overbetting's a thing and once
Yep.
you're more deeper. So, like, you start overbetting turns to try and build that SPR closer to 1 or overbetting turn to then overbet Jam River, but the SPR's only like 2 or 1.5 instead of 5 times. But yeah, interesting spot again here for our man Troy. There's some hands building here,
There
late
are.
late time of the day here in the Goliath.
So it is 15 threes. We want a 16,000 really. He's on five big blinds.
Yep, and Troy's just decided to flat the ace jack suited.
Very big raise in this day and age.
Definitely is.
What does the solver say about 5x?
Don't know. Probably blows up. The computer probably blows up, right?
Dennis Huntley thinking the 7-2 game is on. It is not. Does get rid of it.
Here we go. Interesting flop. Greeley does flop a set here. It does go
Here we
check,
go.
check, and now Greeley is going to probably play bet, and Troy's just going to muck, I think.
Dennis didn't flat, did he?
No, he did not.
Okay.
I think that is just a graphical error.
It will catch up.
Yes, it will. I think we're at the river by the looks of the action. The fact Nelson's fanned his cards out, so I just think the
Yeah.
graphics are catching up here. Looks like it was a small bet from Greeley on the turn after it goes check, check, and it went call. The river is now a king. Greeley bets 15, and Troy's now thinking about heroing,
Ace high.
maybe. I think there's definitely different opponents that I would do it against, but usually Greeley, when he does bet, has some sort of showdown value.
I think our graphics are still trying to catch up, so I'm not sure what size this bet is on the end.
Yeah, I'm unsure what this size is on the end. It might be really small, and Troy's just like, I don't know what to do. I think he's just, whatever the size is, made a pretty good fold against the player type, and preserved a few banter chips. Apologies for the technical delays there, but it does happen from time to time with live stream to poker. And the graphics do just have a moment, but still able to call the great action here from the Goliath here at APT at Mawson Lakes Crowne. If you are in the area, 2 levels of re-entry tomorrow. 340 max late retro with 16 bigs if you're interested.
I said 50 was the line. We're going to go well past that, I believe.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that either played today and busted. So we've already had quite a few people bust today. And I think they're going to jump back in tomorrow. And I was talking to a few people in there in the main event flight that I was in, and they're planning on max late retroing or buying in a day 2 tomorrow as well. Just forge here in the hijack with 54k and Queen 10 suited. He's made 8,000 here at free and 1.5 free. Aaron here is probably just having a look here to see how much he has, because he's got a hand that can go multiple ways here. Just decide on flat, which I think is okay. Dennis Huntley's now waking up with one in the small blind though, and he is going to squeeze it.
It looks like a flat.
No, he does flat. There we go.
String
Interesting.
calls.
So I was on flatting the ace queen.
This is what I've been saying about Dennis under bluffing.
Yes, probably just trying to see a cheap flop and off they go.
Yeah.
It does invite Greeley in with his very wide range. Actually has one that is very defendable, the 980 here. Multiple ways, can flop straights. And
That is
Here we
actually
are.
a very good flop for Dennis here.
it's a great flop for Dennis because Josh now makes middle pair. Greeley now makes bottom pair and backdoors. And he's going to be, even Aaron has backdoor
And
hearts.
and has top pair as well.
I think Dennis is going to get calls from multiple people in this.
Yeah, Dennis leading out now. I don't like the lead. I'd rather see him 3-bet then lead rather than flat then lead.
Anyhow, we have got call, a hand, call. So max value here for Dennis with this unconventional line, but a line that's going to get him the maximum amount of money in the pot as the favourite here. Not anymore.
Josh taking the lead with a turn trips.
Josh, we've only half pot behind.
So going back to SPR.
Yep.
So being 0.5?
0.5, roughly 0.5 SPR behind here for
Pretty
Josh.
effective stack.
Yep. Dennis checks, and Greeley, because he's got a little piece of it, is probably going to do one of those probes. Would you like to see it?
5,000, 6,000, say 6,000, 10% pot.
It'd be interesting to see what he does. It's actually going to be more than that. Might go slightly. Oh, no.
No, just counting his chips. 21,000.
There we go. He did go bigger than I thought. Josh now's just going to rip it. And
Dennis might actually get away from this now.
if you're Aaron here, you got top pair and the nut flush draw. This is going to be interesting. Aaron in a very weird spot. Does not look happy about it. Sunnies have come off the top of the head to the top of the head.
One thing though, Aaron knowing that if he flats, that really cannot re-raise here. The betting has not reopened.
Agreed, but he probably might want to try and push Greeley out of it. I don't know. I think this is a fine fold considering he doesn't probably expect his hand to be ahead here, and he could easily just be dead.
Yeah.
And I think if you're Dennis Huntley, this is why free betting pre would have been perfect, because you'd probably just win this pot. You actually might even win a sizable pot against Aaron, who would have called the free bet, and off we went. But now he's just left in this weird spot here, Dennis. But he's got very unlucky here on the turn, and this is the thing. We say weird spots. Doesn't mean that they're playing it wrong or playing it bad. It's just something different to the norm. And look, if this isn't the 10 of hearts on the turn, Dennis looks like a genius because he got 4 calls on the flop when he has top.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge him for making a call here because A, Greeley could be quite wide, and B, Josh could be jamming a worse ace. So don't hate this call from
Really snap folding
Dennis.
as well.
Greeley snap folds after putting
One out. Ace of spades is the only out Dennis has in this deck.
Yeah. Would be a brutal one for Josh, but he would be pretty happy if he can hold. And look, it looks like an ace, but
It
it's
does look like
not.
the ace of spades, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the Queen 10 on the turn, pretty good turn for Josh. And there you are.
More than a double up.
It is indeed, with all the other money that went in there, and Greeley firing the 21k on the turn.
Up to 165,000 now, Josh. Good for 55 bigs.
Good for his confidence. He did put a bullet in this already and then won a flip to get back into this, I do believe. And was unsure what to do, or if to fire or just max late rego, etc. I was kind of chatting to him about it. Just playing more cash than he does tournaments, and he's new to tournament poker.
Okay.
And as our discussion earlier, trying to discuss, I think he's better off playing from an earlier blind level because that's where he's used to than playing off a shorter stack.
Well, used to playing a lot deeper.
Correct.
Yeah. Ben Marcus picking up 9s under the gun. Does look to raise to 10,000 by the looks of it.
Yes, he does. It's just over 3x, but I think
Sorry, 6.5 is announced.
Okay, cool. That's much
better.
more. Yeah, I was going to say, is it into Greeley's big blind? I could understand, but it's into his small blind. And Greeley ain't going to fold to Queen 10-0.
Dennis Huntley flattened A6 off from the button. Again, is a bit unconventional.
It is a bit unconventional, but I think it's an unconventional table as well. So, and I think Troy's going to defend here relatively wide. We do not know what the hand is from Troy, but he does defend.
Wait for the graphics to catch up. $37 entries now into this.
Very good.
We are over the guarantee.
And Troy had the king 8 of clubs, and what a flop.
Flops a flush draw.
Here we go. So Van Marcus probably not the happiest of this flop.
Troy here with king high is mathematical favourite as well.
Yes, correct.
48% equity in his hand
4 ways and has nearly 50%. It's pretty,
with king high.
yeah. Van Marcus going to c-bet, and we're probably going to find fold, and call. Troy could actually check raise here against UTG, but we'll see what he decides. Dennis is folded, and I don't know what Greeley's done yet. I think Greeley's called. Still got cards in front of him. Really with the backdoor straight draws. Doesn't pick any up there on the 7 of hearts turn. Equity now shifts in favour of Van Marcus.
This could just check through as well. Oh, Greeley's picking up chips.
Greeley's sniffing out an opportunity. Just full street poker. Gotta love it. You gotta respect it.
Yep.
And I think in the end, after picking up chips, he decided to check. And I think we're on Troy, who's now going to play blocker size.
Like 14 and a half.
Yep.
Oh, got a raise here from Van Marcus. Massive as well. Looks like it's 57-ish. 56.5.
Yeah, Van Marcus deciding to continue to tell the story. And there's a bigger pair than what he has. Troy's going to have to call here. He has an over and a flush draw. And, like, on a 9, for instance, which would be a bad call for Troy, could decide to turn it into a bluff here with blocking 8-10 suited, which he would have. The river does brick. You can see what Troy decides to do. I think
He shoves.
Troy jams. Wow.
Wow.
Look, doesn't matter if it gets through or not. You gotta respect the people that put the the nicest way tends to put the corners on the line to find bluffs in these big
Of
spots.
course.
Van Mark is a very studied player.
Will he sniff it out though?
Very accomplished player. He could sniff this one out.
He does have the 9 of clubs in his hand though, which does block some of the flush draws that Troy could be bluffing with.
Yes, correct. I think he would have preferred like two red 9s here, or well, 9 of spades, 9 of
Diamonds or
9 of
hearts.
diamonds is probably a better one. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Van Marcus does here. Van Marcus does find a fold, and I think this is a great bluff from Troy.
This is our last hand of the stream as well. So we will be back tomorrow at 4:10, I believe it is.
Yep.
3:40 the stream will be going live. Thank you for joining us in the booth.
As always, a pleasure there, Graham. I'm hoping not to see you too soon tomorrow, if not at all. And that means I'm going on a deep run. But thank you